Dean, it is officially the best time of the year for the Collecting Weekly Network.
Dude, award time.
Award season. We're going to talk about our awards nominations. We got giveaways launching today. 2 giveaways that we're starting today. And it's going to be an absolute banger.
Are you an angel?
What?
An angel. I heard the deep space pilots talk about them. They're the most beautiful creatures in the universe.
Hello there.
We are tonight's entertainment.
We would be honored if you would join us.
You got a billion toys.
You brought in the adult collection.
These are not dolls, Jim. These are commodities. Same as gold or oil.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You are now listening to the Collecting Weekly podcast.
Shall we lock in the artillery power?
This is the true form of floor gang right here. Very nice. YouTube.com/collectingweekly. Thank you very much. That's very cool. Big.
Hey guys, my name is Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Eddie.
And I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Marco G.
Welcome to this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. It's a weekly podcast where my friends and I talk about the things that matter the most to us this week in collecting.
That's right. We want to thank our friends over at Watto Scrapyard and 1/6 Corner for sponsoring this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. Guys, don't forget, use code CW10 during our live recording for 10% off all in-stock items at 1/6 Corner. That's CW10 while we're live for 10% off in-stock items.
Big shout out to 1/6 Corner there. We have a great show planned for you guys tonight. Like we said, we're launching 2 giveaways. Stay tuned in the middle of the show. We'll talk about both of them. One is $100 and one is a Daft Toys Batman coat set. Dean, before we get into that, let's kick it off with the world's favorite podcast segment.
Yeah, you guys ready?
Yes.
It's new this week.
Yeah. What'd you get new this week? I didn't get anything, I don't think. If I did, it was something Robotech related. I can't think of anything. I don't think I got anything. What about you guys?
I got this little gem. Hasbro just released another 4 carbonized figures. I got the original ones. So this was the one I found. I saw some guys locally posting them on Facebook Marketplace. So I said, I'm going to go check out Walmart. So I hit up like 3 Walmarts and they had nothing. They only had Gideon, 3 Gideons in. So he's the first one. I still need to get, a Shore Trooper, the Armorer, and there's another one. The Incinerator Trooper, I think it is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The full fucking line.
Just going to do the whole stick to carbonized stuff.
Wow.
Are those hard to get? Are any of those hard to get right now?
Yeah, over here they're hard. I went to 3 Walmarts, and all they had was Gideon.
Because I have some of the carbonized ones. I don't know what they sell for, but if you are getting that whole carbonized line, I have all the, first wave or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I appreciate that. I managed to get the first wave.
Oh, okay.
I'm just looking at the second wave, which seems to be a little bit harder to get your hands on.
I'll keep an eye out for you, John, because I know Steven always gets the carbonized ones, and they're always on his peg. So
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And it's
I don't know
weird.
if you want to pay shipping, but if it's that important.
If I can't find it, look, I've seen some guys on Marketplace selling them for double the price already. So whatever you can do, but it's weird they made Gideon carbonized because he looks no different than the regular release they did, unless it was my eyes playing a trick on me. But regardless,
yeah, they did that with the second sister when that game came out.
Yeah.
It was okay, she's either black or shiny black. It's okay. I think it's just the Imperial armors. It's you can't really tell.
And they got pricey here. I don't remember when carbonized over here. I know you guys are selling them there for $18. Here it's $25.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy because it's dude, I could just buy a Black Series figure for the same price.
Yeah.
But now I guess those are $30.
These are 6-inch scale, or are they 3 3/4?
3 3/4.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's fucking.
But
crazy.
they also did carbonized 6-inch, right?
Yes.
Ah, I see.
They did
That's expensive, bro. Eddie, did you get anything new this week?
No, I haven't got anything since the McFarlane figures and the Dune figures. I'm waiting for my Venom from the PulseCon to ship, or it shipped. I just it hasn't been delivered yet, and
Nice.
I have the third-party Trinity that's coming. I got the invoice for that from KG Hobby. I forgot what company did it, but that's in stock. And I think I saw that the Rico from Starship Troopers is shipping soon too. So those are all
God damn.
imminent. I just don't know when.
Jesus. That's expensive, bro. That's expensive. Marco, what'd you get?
Yeah, so first just wanted to say thanks for having me back. I was pretty sure I'd be blackballed after the last episode. I couldn't sleep. I was waiting for John to send some folks over to my house and looking for black fans outside. But yeah, I picked up the Batman vs. Superman. I had my eyes on the Justice League Superman for a while and was kind of going back and forth. But a scavenger in the 6-scale scavengers group, had this one listed for a really good price. So yeah, really happy to add him to the collection. Add him next to my BVS Batman.
Dude, what a beautiful figure. This is a great figure. I had this one. I didn't own it for too long because like back then I was like, we always joke that I flip my collection a lot, but back then I was like constantly like every week. But I actually remember really enjoying this one, so congrats on that. Just be careful with the waist grabbers. They can pinch into the suit.
Is this the Man of Steel one?
This is the BVS one.
Oh, BVS one. Okay.
Yeah. And thank you for that tip, Zach. Yeah, really gorgeous fig. He's a little dark though. He kind of looks like a Latinx version of Superman, but still like him.
Wow. That's we say Latin here, my friend. Mark Pearson says, "Don't worry, Marco. If I haven't been blackballed yet, you're in the safe zone." Let's check in with the chat. We got Toy Mafia. He says 5 stars for Dean, Eddie Maestro to Country. We also have Cuervo, Absolute Irwin, Jimmy Hernandez, Badfish, Bola Boy, Pablo Meza, Equan, D Martinez, John Ortiz, Ben Thomas, Sean Usby. Let's see, who else do we got here? Fad Gadget says howdy from the UK, Great Britain.
Sweet.
Shout out to Great Britain, dude. What a lovely place. What a lovely place. Pablo Meza. I think I probably said that, but yeah.
I think if I wasn't born Mexican, I would have probably been born British. I think.
Wow.
Just the people there, like, feel like my kind of people.
Hello, Governor. I can't imagine Eddie as a fucking Brit, dude.
What's going on, CC?
Just Ian, I think.
Probably. Ben Thomas is listening from the grocery store. I had a pretty good week. Dean the Dream helped me pick up a quarter scale guts, physically pick up and literally pick up a Prime 1 quarter scale guts from Berserk. Really nice statue. Probably, I think, the most impressive statue in my collection. Just so much detail, so many parts, so many options for display. It's really a piece that it's like, honestly, because we get a lot of figures, we do a lot of unboxings, and I don't want to say it kind of loses the luster, but like, we're getting so many things. It's just like you open it up, put on the shelf, and like, cool.
Definitely.
This was one that I actually like really enjoyed the process of like setting it up. Dean was there. We're having a good time. Displaying it, kind of. I had to change the shelves a bit back here. I had to move them up about, I think, like 6 to 8 inches. And it was just like a nice experience. And, again, I don't want to sound like, we're spoiled with these figures, but, a lot of times we'll open up a figure and it's like, cool. Like, that was neat. I've been waiting for that, and it's here, and that's end of transaction.
And sometimes not doing it live. I know we want to do everything live, but sometimes it just feels you appreciate it more. Sometimes you're not trying to show everything off. And
Eddie, that's a great point. For this piece in particular, physically, I don't think it would have been possible to do it live. But for the Lego set, this is the brand new Joker, Riddler, something or other from the new Batman movie. Mm-hmm. And this one is technically not supposed to be released till 2022, but Lego and Walmart have an early release window for this set. And so, yesterday, I'm not going to drive an hour round trip, just for the joy of the drive. So I called Lego. They're like, we have 4 left, been dead all day. Like, you should be fine. we went and got it. And in a perfect world, I think I would have liked to have built it live. But you're right, Eddie. Like, we spend so much time here. I was just like, I just want to build it. Like, I don't want to have a camera in my face. I don't want to have the lights on. I just want to be able to, like, chat with Victoria, just have a build
or race.
Yeah, exactly.
During the build streams, I'm always like, fuck, I don't want to be the last guy. And I'm always the last guy.
So, like, Dean and I talked about it because we're getting together with Rainer this weekend. And I told Dean, I was like, dude, like, I know we're going to be together with everybody, but, like, I don't really want to record. Like, sometimes it's nice just to be able to have a private conversation without a camera and a mic and, like, a persona. And so I love streaming, but there comes a point where it's like, I just want to build this Lego set and just, like, have fun and, like, try, like, little changes to it. And I ended up going to this local shop called Bricks and Minifigs. I've talked about them a few times, and picked up some, like, extra parts to kind of add to it, and I'm pretty happy with it. I got to pick up a few more bats for this little bat cave, but I mean, overall, I think it's a great set, and I think if you're on the fence about it, it's a little pricey per part, but you get some great pieces and some great minifigs, and I hate all of you guys for getting me started into Lego, so that's all
really
I have to say
quick
about that.
CC said, hey John and Eddie, I get it, I'm a big Anglophile. CC, we're not into that here.
That seems racial.
We don't judge anybody's lifestyle. I don't know what that word means. Zach, can you explain to me what that fucking word means?
I believe it's Eastern European descent.
Oh, okay.
Absolute Irwin says, that guts, congrats, Zach, sweet Lego set. Ninja Scroll says, hola, amigos and senoritas. Yeah, it was, I will say this though, John, last night's unboxing, that was one that I was glad we had on camera, because we had a blast. We had a blast yesterday.
An Anglophile is a person who is fond of or greatly admires England or Britain.
There we go.
Wow. CC coming with the big words.
Cheers.
I was thinking Anglo-Saxon. Anyways, we have a figure to talk about. It's the Infinity Ultron by Hot Toys, coming in at $425, releasing Q4 2022. Hot Toys has this thing where, like, we get off air and they fucking drop something. Yeah. And it's like, it's usually like an inconvenient amount of time after we've already stopped streaming. Marco knows this, but the best parts of the stream happen after the stream. And we'll chat for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I'll do the audio edit. We'll just kind of fuck around. And like right when we got off, everyone was in bed and they dropped the fucking figure 2 weeks in a row. And I'm putting it pretty high on the over-under that they're going to do it again today. But anyways, $425, I think in the stream, everyone was thinking this was going to be $530 plus, given the fact that it's die-cast and the size. This fucker's massive, and honestly, I don't know that you really get your money for $425, but I don't feel as ripped off for like a 16-inch die-cast figure with a big fucking, probably 20-something inch spear that everyone wanted after seeing What If, so I think that's just how much these things are going to cost, and I think it looks great. What do you think, Dean?
Sorry, I was mute. Yeah, for $425, I mean, compare this to the Hydra Stomper $485 without Steve, and that's just like a fucking 5 POA figure. So this is, I mean, I don't know if you get your money's worth, but it's definitely a lot cooler, and I could kind of understand, like, okay, he's an oversized figure, got some die-cast and some cloth goods on there, light-up feature. I think it's dope. I really want this, but it's not a priority, but that's like, I think he was the coolest part of fucking What If, so I understand the hype.
Yeah, it's, like you said, it's a good-looking figure. Look, is it worth it? He's massive. You're getting die cast. You're getting a good portrait. It's an overall great looking figure. The accessory, my God, the damage you can do with that thing. But I don't know, to drop $425. What do you guys think of the base? I think they could have given us a little bit more. I would have liked a little bit more. I don't know what they could have done, but
yeah, I was gonna say I don't know what they could have added.
But for that price point, I don't know. It's an easy pass for me. But I do like the Infinity Stones on the chest. Look, the Infinity Stones were really iconic throughout the whole Avengers series. And then you watch Loki and it's like, okay, they mean absolutely nothing. So that always turned it off a bit for me. But again, if they're gonna continue this What If line, and if you can grab each iconic figure from the show, each iconic character from the show, I think they would display very well together. So a huge congrats to whoever's picking it up, but I just can't. $425 for this, I can't spend that kind of dough on it.
I think it's really cool. I wasn't necessarily the biggest fan of What If, but I do think that the figures coming out are really cool, even if they are one-offs. If you're just into Hot Toys and you're into figures, I think they're really cool for that aspect of it. I love this figure. I do really want it. The price is like whatever to me. I don't like that everything's so high, but what can I do about it now? It's cool. I like that it lights up. I like the die cast. I love the look of it. This looks better than the original Ultron, and I loved the original Ultron. So, you know, that's why I love it. But yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah, this is one that I definitely reserve the right to change my mind on. I would say similar to the Punisher War Machine, where at first I was like, this looks trash, not interested at all. I'm with Eddie. I wasn't a huge fan of What If. I kind of thought only like the Doctor Strange and the Murder Mystery episodes were some of the best. But this is really good value. And the more that I look at this figure, the more it's kind of starting to grow on me. So, you know, by the time it releases, we get those final pictures in hand. If there's room in the budget, I might end up swooping this one. But for now, I think it's a pass.
Like that crotch area right there in that photo, that left-hand side, just looks very skinny, very lanky.
That's how all the Iron Man look. I mean, they have that open.
Some of them are beefy, you know. The leg area is beefy. On this one, it just seems.
You're
very
right, John. The proportions are kind of like cartoony, right?
What is a cartoon?
No, but
what do you think, Eddie?
Well, damn.
Oh, I was gonna say, is it weird that this feels like an old figure already? And it was barely announced.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, Eddie, when I was going through the show sheet, I was like, we already talked about this figure. Why is it on the show sheet?
Yeah,
and I was like, wait a second. I was like, had like a That's So Raven moment. I was like, we haven't talked about it on CW. I will say that video got a lot of views. So if Hot Toys drops something tonight, I'm definitely coming back on. To John's point about the base, I know Hot Toys typically, it seems like for Marvel, they typically go with like these flat bases, and then Star Wars get like the Man on the Moon style bases. So, I mean, would it be great to have a topper? Sure, but I mean, they also have to fit that within a broader line. So, you know, I think it's just one of those things where it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Same with the, the Back to the Future stuff where they use that old, the oval style base. It's like they need that stuff to fit in with the old stuff. And if they didn't, if someone got one figure, not another, it would just, everything would look totally different. So, it's an interesting thought. It's definitely an interesting thought.
On the base, on the subject of the base, don't you think it's weird that everything Marvel is just that like etched lettering, and then everything Star Wars is the metal plaque?
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it right now, and I was thinking, do you kind of think it's because Star Wars collectors are a little bougie in the fact that like lightsabers come with a plaque and models come with a plaque, and like a lot of Star Wars stuff is a plaque, so they're like, oh, if we don't put this metal plaque for Star Wars guys, they're gonna freak out.
Yeah.
I just thought about that. I was like, that's weird. I never noticed.
Wrong, Star Wars collectors are pretty fucking bougie, if we're being honest.
Oh,
I agree.
These are Banpresto Visions vinyl statues. They retail for $35 for Ronin, and then Care and I guess the character's name is Am retail for $20. These are, I don't know that they've officially been announced yet because I haven't been able to find like an official pre-order, and all the photos are kind of like this where they're a little blurry. But this is Ronin, and these are the two other characters. And Banpresto makes pretty decent stuff. I mean, you're not going to get like Hot Toys level of paint or detail, but I think, Dean, they do a great job translating like the Dragon Ball stuff from animation to a three-dimensional piece, and at the price point of $35 to $20. That's Marvel Legends price point for a character that arguably I think every single collector wants in their collection right now with Ronin.
Yeah, they make a lot of not only the price point, but for the size. They make a lot of really great figures. These three are my favorite from Visions, so like this is an easy pickup if and when they come out. I'm pretty sure they are coming out, but like you said, they haven't been officially solicited. So yeah, I'm excited. I mean, especially for the whole fucking Visions, there's a lot of cool characters in every episode. So I'm excited to see where this line goes.
Yeah, I don't remember where I saw these, but I just had to screenshot them immediately and send them to you guys because we had just like the day before been talking about it, and the twins Dean was talking about. I was like, oh shit, look, here's some twins representation that Dean could possibly get if he wanted them in his collection. So I also really like the Ronin, how they did the red like light coming off of the lightsaber onto his cape or whatever that's called. I think it looks really good because I don't necessarily love that on a lot of statues, but this looks really well done. So if it's executed that way, it looks good.
Let me ask you guys something quickly. This is Ronan from the first episode, right?
Yes.
Okay. I love that episode. I didn't get to finish all of them yet, but I really like that episode. I can appreciate these artistically at that price point. I think it's a good representation. Do you guys think that Hot Toys is going to tackle this line?
I don't think they will, but I also didn't think they would go into What If, and we have like 5 or 6 figures already.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they go into this line, I think Ronin is like a shoo-in, based on the number of customs that we've already been seeing, both in 6 scale, 6-inch scale, and then I think I've seen 1 3 3/4 custom. People love this character. The book has sold really well. People bought the shit out of that book. And so I imagine that if Hot Toys touches this, Ronin has to be like a day one for them. But I don't know. And I think it could be very well done. Like Sideshow has done black and white figures like this in the past.
Oh, yeah.
And they look fucking fantastic. And I think this would be a great thing to see a licensed Ronin or even a third party, frankly.
Yeah. No, I think they were executed well. And again, if this is going to be our only avenue for the representation from the show, then so be it. Let's get like a little R2-D2 with the straw hat. I'm down for that. But yeah, at that price point, I wouldn't hesitate on jumping on it if you're a fan. What do you think, Marco?
Yeah, so I've yet to see Visions, actually. It's top of the queue, but I haven't tackled it yet. Zach, can you go to the other picture? I've actually got a question for you guys. Is that an Inquisitor to the left?
No.
Okay, so that figure is the one that interests me the most. That one's
she's
I like the design.
I think she's like a Sith character, but I don't think they really. I don't remember the episode that well.
They're brother and sister.
Yeah, so in this story, again, these are non-canon. They're like just stories from the Star Wars universe. These two are siblings born from the dark side, and they're supposed to like use their powers to take over the galaxy. And the brother is like, no. And so it's him versus his sister, and it's such a cool episode, dude. It's fucking awesome. It's I think it's Alison Brie and Neil Patrick Harris are the voices.
Really? Damn, I've been sleeping on this. All right, I gotta
dude, it's cool. And each episode is like not long enough, dude. Like 8 to 10 minutes, like 15 if you're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a super easy watch because you get through all of it in like an hour. You're like, what the fuck? Like that was it.
Michael says Hot Toys Visions would be sick. Maybe they'll announce it after the live stream. Yeah, most likely.
Dude, at this rate, you just fucking locked it in at that point. This was interesting. Thunder Toys Mr. Dots. Now, Thunder Toys is the same company that put up the Eddie, remind me, it was the Ghost Rider, but he was like riding a horse. I don't know where that property's from.
Yeah, I forgot his name. Yeah, it's the Ghost Rider from the first Ghost Rider movie, the older Ghost Rider, played by Sam Elliott.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. There we go. Now this one comes in at $150 for the deluxe, $135 for the normal version. It comes in at Q1 2022. On the description page for 1/6 kit, they do say that all the dots have a UV effect, but only the green ones seem to glow in this photo, so I don't know exactly what that means. But I think it's great to see companies getting into Suicide Squad. We've already seen third party pick up the slack on the Snyder cut of Justice League. This is the deluxe package here, and the difference between the regular and the deluxe is you don't get the cat, and then you also don't get the polka dot bomb. I don't believe the cat was in the movie, but I know the actor adopted a cat. I believe that they found on while they were filming, and the costume department made the cat a little mini costume that he wore, and so I believe that's what this is a throwback to. But I mean, I think this is great. I know from Hot Toys we've gotten King Shark, and that's kind of all we've gotten so far. So if third party is going to pick up the slack, especially at the 150 to 135 price point, I think it's no brainer. And I think honestly the difference in $15 for the cat, which is its own story, and also a fairly important accessory in the bomb, I think that's a no brainer for me.
Yeah, this thing looks fantastic, and what a fun character. By the end of the movie, or yeah, if you've seen the movie, I was like, yeah, this guy's not too bad. So this is cool. Like you said, DC does not get a lot of love, especially the movies. So if, especially with another ensemble team, you gotta have all the characters, right? Like if you have one or two, it just feels off. So
it's not the same, yeah.
It's nice to see someone tackling probably a character that wouldn't get any love. Like, yeah, they like to do Harleys. Maybe they do what's Idris Elba's character called?
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport.
Yeah, Bloodsport. Like, yeah, two of the juggernauts of the movie, and then King Shark. But like, I doubt we would ever see this from Hot Toys. You know, maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's great. I didn't know the story with the cat, because when you were like, he comes with a cat, I was like, there's no fucking cat in the movie.
Yeah.
That's super cute. That's adorable.
In fact, let me find the actual photo of the cat. It's adorable, dude.
Because that actor's really good. In fact, wasn't he in Dune?
Yes, he's
he was.
the Harkonnen cleric
Witch.
or whatever.
Yeah.
He was also in The Dark Knight.
Yeah,
he was.
And
he's
he's
also...
an Ant-Man.
In Ant-Man, it's hilarious.
Yeah, he's a great actor. I really like that guy. So
here we go. Look at the polka dot cat.
Oh, he did have the suit on.
That's adorable.
That's awesome.
That's crazy.
That's a cool touch they added. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! It's
What a
those
kitty.
listening. It's a little cat with the polka dot man costume.
This guy also writes comic books. He does a comic line for Dark Horse. I forgot. It's called Crowley, I think. I haven't read them. I had the first one on my pool and I never read it. But yeah, he's also into comics.
Sweet. I don't know that either.
This is also the company that did that Sam Raimi Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire. I believe this is the same
You're right.
company.
You're totally right.
That's releasing soon as well. But I actually thought this was Hot Toys when I first saw the pictures, because I didn't see the unhelmeted or like the goggles up head.
Yeah.
And I just saw the one with the goggles down, and I was like, this looks amazing. And
Pretty good,
we're getting this amount of accessories from Hot Toys, so that's what I thought it was. And then I noticed it was third party. I was like, oh wow, it looks really good. Yeah, he, like Dean said, you grow to love this character in the movie. He's pretty funny, and like his motivation for being a Suicide Squad member is really funny as well. So I think it's cool, and you do need a set team for this movie, I think. And I think we may get it from Hot Toys. I think they'll definitely do Peacemaker, just because of how much love that character is getting. I feel like we're gonna see a Peacemaker, but maybe not the rest of the team. So yeah, it's cool. Someone's doing it.
Yeah, I haven't caught the film yet, but I've seen, of course, marketing photos and everything of the character. It looks like a good figure. Now, can you let me know that portrait? Okay, so it isn't. So their marketing on that previous slide that you had, where they have the dots on his face, I actually thought that's how the face came. And I was like, no, you can't have that. But it's not, thankfully. Is it? No, it's not.
I think there may be two portraits. I'm going to double check right now.
Please. It just looks like he needs some flipping...
Well, it's part of the... Like, he gets those...
No, I know. Like, I understand it's part of the gimmick of the hero, like, part of his powers, but I just don't think if they did include it, that it was executed very well.
Yeah, it says, there's two heads, a variant head and a regular head.
Okay. Other than that, the outfit, I like that backstory with the cat. I think that's really cool. The blast effect. The light up feature, I hope you're wrong about the red. I do hope the red lights up under the lighting as well, not just the green. That'll be a nice effect. But yeah, that portrait. The portrait's not bad. It's not 100% there, but hey, you know who it is.
Yeah.
Look, for a third-party company at that price point, if you want the representation from the movie, because I don't know if Hot Toys is going to get to this, especially in the near future, then here's a great option at a good price point.
Yeah, I'm not a big third-party guy. This one actually does look good. The cat is intriguing me the most for sure. Yeah, I think John's right. They're not going to get to this one. At the very least, they may do a Bloodsport and a Harley, but that ship is seeming to sail. I want that Bloodsport though. His helmet was so freaking cool. But yeah, I think this one is intriguing, but definitely a pass for me.
I want to just like drop a little nugget of grinds my gears just for a moment. It's not even really that related to this figure in particular. We'll talk about this on Friday, but Prime One showcase, they showed I believe it was Harley Quinn, Peacemaker, and Bloodsport, and none of them had any guns. I guess it's like some directive by DC where their figures shouldn't have guns because they don't want to promote gun violence.
But in the movies, it's fine.
In the movies, it's fine. And you're like, okay, but that's also like a very adult collectible. A kid is not going to see this in a store at Walmart or feasibly be purchasing this. I understand for McFarlane figures, sure, right? They're going to be all over Walmart shelves. You don't want the kids to buy that, whatever. I could give you that. But in the Lego set for the Batman, which is also DC, the characters have guns. They have guns on the boxes. It makes no sense to me that the Batman sets have guns on the boxes, but McFarlane, which is arguably for a much older collector, like 12, 13, 14 age range, can't have guns. And specifically, like, Bloodsport is packaged with a sword, which makes no fucking sense. And then the Prime 1 stuff, which is super high-end adult collecting, cannot have... It just blows my mind.
Do you think
that's a little bit of a grinds my gears nugget?
Do you think it has to do possibly with, number one, the scale and detail?
I think that could be a thing. I think that could be a thing. Though I will say the Lego pistol is like immediately recognized. Like that is a pistol. The little blasters that shoot the studs, like, you know, for sure.
Those know what it is. Like, exactly.
The revolver looks like a revolver. Like, it blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind. And we'll talk about that more on In and Outs on Friday. This was cool. This is Mattel Hot Wheels, the Batman Ultimate 1/10 scale RC Batmobile. That was a mouthful. $500, releasing July 2022. Now a little bit confusing because in the description it says that it comes with a 1/12 scale Batman figure, though the vehicle is listed as 1/10 scale. So I don't fully understand that. Now the gimmick with this is like as you steer the RC car, the figure somehow like moves the steering wheel and does the shifter. I don't really understand that, but they have a video where it shows the whole thing in action. Beautiful car. I would say pretty decent paintwork. There's lights. I believe there's like a little bit of like a fog spray mechanism that's in this. You get a base, which looks like it has lights and effects to it. And so for $500, I don't think it's terrible. I will say a few years ago, they did one like this for the BVS Batmobile. But that one went to clearance really soon after it came out because it was just so big it just did not fit on store shelves. And I don't know if this is one of those things where you have to order it like a Hasbro Pulse style thing. But I mean, if you think about it, like if Jazz Inc. 1/12 scale licensed Batmobiles are in that $450 to $500 range, this being at that price point, you get that diorama base and, you know, the same sort of gimmicks, but also it is an RC car, which I think is neat. I don't hate it. I definitely don't think I would spend the $500, but it's definitely something I'm going to keep my eye on if it drops down to clearance. I think this might be a pickup for me, and I just really like the design from this film, and to be able to get it like this, I think it's fun. I think it's neat.
Yeah, this thing is super cool. Yeah, his hands are attached to the steering wheel, and you know when the steering mechanism turns, it turns the little hands. It's a really, once you see it, you're like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, 1/10 scale is actually pretty large, but fuck, it's expensive, dude. It's really expensive.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of with you, Zach, dude. Just wait. Don't buy it when it first comes out because they'll definitely clearance this thing out. But God, it's such a cool looking Batmobile. I know a lot of people don't like it. I think it looks so fucking cool. Although I'm a sucker for muscle cars, so I could see like the kind of Charger-esque-ness to it. I love it. I think it looks great. And you know, Hot Wheels sometimes don't cut it. You know, like Zach said earlier, we're spoiled. So I want something a little cooler. This looks like it would be right up my alley. Just that price, dude. Yeah, look how cool that is. It's like I want more. You know, I'm selfish that way.
I think it's really cool. I like everything that it does. I like the different light up features and the way it moves like that. I like the car. I don't like it for Batman. So that I'm one of those people that like I don't think Batman would be driving in a like derby charger like road car. I don't know. Batman's too smart and has too much cool shit to just be driving in a charger with a roll cage. So like that's what I don't understand about it. I do understand it's like he's just starting. It just doesn't make sense to me. But it's cool just for like the remote control car aspect of it.
Yeah.
You know what? So I agree with what Ekwan here said. I'm going to pull up his message here if I can find it. Regardless, he says, I'm not going to be driving a $500 RC car. Yeah, I'm with him 100%. Looks good. But I know you'd probably be the coolest kid in the neighborhood whipping this out on a summer day. I can tell you that. But
I'm already the coolest kid in the neighborhood.
Coolest 35-year-old in the...
Well, you know, no one has to know the age. But, no, this thing would be on a nice shelf. But I can't drop 500 on this. Looks great. Love the hand features and everything, whatever it does. The base is, I think that's what you're paying for. You get that nice base and so forth. Now, to Eddie's point, I think we got to wait to the movie. I see what you're saying. He's not going to drive no banged up, raggedy thing. But I think we got to wait to the movie because I kind of envision this movie as like a Bruce Wayne to Batman, like right in the beginning. It's like he pulled the car out of his dad's garage and he just put some armor on it. And this is like his first Batmobile, nitty gritty sort of thing, all banged up. That's what I envision. I don't know what the story's going to tell, but that's how I look at it. But yeah, I see what you're saying in regards to he's not going to just pick up.
It just feels like his suit is so intricate.
Yeah.
And like you put all this time into your suit, but the car, you're like, fuck it, I'll drive this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
As long as it gets you from A to B.
I love this comment by Fad Gadget. He says, I have a Swear/Slash custom collection box every time Dean speaks. I'm currently at $750 for charity. Love that guy. What a fucking legendary comment, bro. What a legendary comment.
Good way to lose money fast.
I don't know if I should be honored or upset. That's a good one.
So I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm not sold on this Batmobile design yet either. But I felt the same way about the Tumbler. When I first saw it, I was like, I don't know, that's not really Batman. And that one really grew on me. But on the Tumbler, if I was kind of choosing between this or like the Hot Toys Tumbler that they're reissuing, I think I'm spending a little bit more and going Hot Toys, although it doesn't, drive and I can't make the kids in the neighborhood jealous with that. So
I can respect that. Jada Toys is also a good option. They're like usually less than $50. They're die cast. I think they're 1/18th scale. So, I think that's an option. And then also Hot Wheels does do the Elite series. Those are I don't know what scale those are, actually. I thought maybe Jada's 1/30th and Hot Elite is 1/18th, but those are a little bit bigger. Those retail for around $100. And those are actually really nice. And I believe they've done several different Batmobiles. So, that'll be interesting to see. I can't wait for this movie. Like, it's literally, I think, the thing I'm looking forward to the most next year. This was an update. We still don't have a full solicitation for this figure. It's the Homelander by Star Ace. I believe the portrait was sculpted by Raruna. This was kind of panned universally when it was shown. I believe it was at ACGHK. It just did not look super great. Outside of the portrait, I think the portrait was never in question. But we're still waiting to kind of see the full reveal. They did put up Butcher, I think it was last week or the week beforehand. So hopefully Homelander is around the corner. I do know, I believe it's So Toys. They have their Homelander coming out soon. So just based on what we saw at ACGHK, I don't love it. And I don't know. I know, Dean, you didn't like this face, but I don't mind it.
Yeah, it's not. It just looks very like. Why is it so lumpy? I think that's like the only word I could come up with. It's very lumpy, like
saggy.
Dude, yeah, it's like, dude, like he ate some like bad cheese or something. Like, I don't know, like
it's expired milk, bro.
It's just not. It's very curdled. It's a curdled head. It looks so bad. Which sucks is I really want a good Homelander, and I haven't seen one that's gotten me to buy it. So,
what other companies are making 1/6 Homelanders?
There's a customizer that's making a run, though. A lot of people are saying it's real sketchy because he said the run was going to be out like 2 weeks ago and then just ghosted every single person. So I don't know what's happening with that. So Toys is making one. I believe Young Rich Toys is making one. There's like 3 big third-party companies that are making them, then Star Ace, then that small customizer. So I think there's 5 that are in the pipeline. Apparently the chat agrees. Kinky Spinkter says looks like a lumpy avocado. Absolute Irwin says the son of Michael Fassbender and Mel Gibson. Jesus Christ. Tukatri says the actor does have a weird face. Badfish says my lovely lady lumps. So I guess maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the portrait's not that great. John, what do you think about it?
I didn't catch this show yet either, but I think we've seen some better representations of the character in some other third-party projects. Like you guys said, it's the body proportions aren't there. It's an attempt. Look, if this is a Star Ace, I don't know how popular these guys are. They coming? Are they fairly new to the collecting community? They've been around.
They've been around. My biggest complaint is, and I've said this every time we've talked about Star Ace, they might show you a great prototype, but the final tends to lose quite a bit of quality. I think their Newt Scamander 6 scale looked really good. The prototype. And the release, not super great. So I am concerned because I know Baruna can sculpt. I own his Adonis sculpt, and it's a great portrait. And I know this has the potential to be good, but just translating it from point A to point B. Look, I'm not gonna say it.
Look, man, I'm just saying he ruined this one.
Wow. Well, hopefully in this case, it's going to be the reverse. It's a little rough prototype, and then when we get him in hand, he's going to shock everyone, and everyone's going to run to the shop and pick him up. But for me, no, doesn't do it. Doesn't tickle my fancy.
I love the boys. I don't think I need representation of them in my collection, but off this figure, I think it's the best 1/6 scale representation out there. I don't like the So Toys either. I don't think any of them are perfect, but I think this one's better. In the head sculpt, I hate the body. That looks like ass.
I was gonna say Eddie. I'm not really
talking about the head
Homelander proportion, but I think I looked a little bit better in my costume last year than this motherfucker looks right here on the left.
Yeah, you're not wrong, man. Yeah, the head sculpt I think is better than So Toys head sculpt, because Dean's right. It is like very like wrinkly or like they textured, I guess. I don't know, lumpy, but the actor does have like huge bags under his eyes, and he does have like a worn out looking face, dude. The dude looks like that, so I give it credit for that. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. I'm not partial to having this character in my collection, so I don't really care that much.
I feel like I'm a bit higher on this one. I definitely see the actor's likeness in that previous picture. I see it there. It's just, I think Dean's right, though. It is lumpy and just, a little unsettling. The body's not quite right. Considering there's a lot of competition with other companies making it, I guess we're going to have a lot to choose from if we really need one in the collection. This one's just fine, though. Yeah, not too super stellar.
Moving on, this is J2 Toy Frontman. This kit is limited to 60 pieces worldwide, and I do not believe when I checked this evening, they still didn't have any details on the price point, but I imagine it would be quite high, but it's a very basic figure. But I guess if you really want a Frontman to go with your Squid Game guards that we showed last week, this is how you can do it. I think it looks great, though. I think the jacket, the material looks just right. I think the head is as good as the other ones that we've seen. I just don't understand why they made such a small number. I feel like 60. I don't know. I feel like that's gonna sit for a bit. Or not sit for the rather. I think it's gonna go really quick because there's so many people that want representation of this show.
Yeah. Why is he so short?
I think it's the perspective. I think if you pushed him back, I think he'd be taller.
Seems very short.
Shouldn't that be the other way around?
Don't.
Because they're taller than him behind him.
Oh, you're right. Maybe. I don't know. I'm sure we can do some Photoshop measuring.
Give him heels.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure. I imagine, and there's not really a lot of details about what it comes with, so I don't know if it's a full figure. I don't know if it's just a kit. 60 just seems like a weird number to me, and it's like with the with the doll.
60?
60 with the doll. It was LE 460, and that made sense because that was like the number of the character. But 60 is like, why not just go 100, or why not go 50, or why not go 500? Like, why 60?
It's perfect.
Yeah, because I want one so bad.
Yeah, then you wake up and you make sure you're on the computer when they release, and you click the "I want to buy" button. And if you're lucky, you're lucky, and if you're not,
John,
you're not.
Can you do it for me, John?
Sure, it'll be $350 for you.
What do you mean?
Wow.
What? No.
And that's the CW discount, $350.
Wow, what a guy! What a guy, John. What do you think about this?
I think it's cool. Look, you know what? I went for it. I think it looks good. It's a simple figure. What is that face? 3D printed or something, like basic.
How dare you?
But I'm gonna tell you something. These kids are watching this Squid Game. I went to Halloween party, not party, but we were giving out candy at my parents' house because they get like 300, 400 kids. And my fiance's like, I was playing music on the Bluetooth, like Halloween theme. She's like, put Squid Game album on, like the soundtrack on. And I put a Squid Game soundtrack song on, and I'm telling you guys, the song played like 3 notes, and the people started screaming, "That's Squid Game! That's Squid!" I was like, wow. I was like, what the heck? Little kids.
You're never too young to learn about capitalism.
Jeez. But nonetheless, these 3 look great. If you want representation, not everyone, you got to understand, 60, okay, it's a popular show, but not everybody's going to want representation of the show on their shelves. Yeah, make it a little rare, get the company's name out there, whatever. I like the low edition size, you guys know that. But yeah, no, I think when we saw the 2 guards, I think the first question people had on their mind is, when are we going to be getting the front man? Here you go.
Yep.
There you go.
You know what they say, if John can't have it, no one can have it.
That's the next sticker.
Wow. It's cool. I don't need representation of this show in my collection either. I'd sooner get the boys stuff before this, even though I love Squid Game. I thought I was gonna hate it. I loved it. I was even this past weekend trying to get my brothers into it. So it's cool. I don't care about the edition size at all. I think it's low for figures. 60 is a good number for statues, but figures seems a little low. So yeah, but they look great. They look really cool. I think is the color of the captain's jumpsuit off? The pink? Shouldn't it be like more of a red?
It looks like it should be a little bit more red, but I think it's washed out. Because if you look at the gray, like the coat looks very gray on the left, and it looks very black on the right.
Do you think we're gonna see figures of the actual characters from the show, like Gi-han, Sang-woo, and
I don't think
I
so.
believe
the old man and
Funko has already announced a wave of these. And
yeah, they
I
have.
Believe,
they have.
I believe some
the
of the
old
actual
man.
actors. Yeah. I believe some of the actors.
I think they have Gi-han, Sang-woo, and they have the girl.
And then Ali. Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
Ali.
One of the circle
Ali's
guards.
I'd be surprised. The
Yeah, I
Funko's
know,
one thing, but like an actual, you'd have to probably go really like custom request, like Waddles.
I'd be tempted to get the old man Funko.
Yeah,
because I love the old man, especially in the first couple episodes.
Yeah, this is what those look like there. So
this was cool,
and I do believe they mentioned if this wave does well, they're gonna explore like the front man and like other like variations of the guard outfit.
Noise.
Yeah. This one's too slippery of a slope. You get the front man, you got to get the guards, you got to get participants. Just too much. It looks cool.
Well,
looks
I custom made guards, so
yeah.
I was already in this line before it existed. So
you were on it.
Wow. Zach painted my front man head sculpt that I was gonna have them custom tailor the suit, but I may wait for this. But
If only you were in the Apple stock before.
they're
Apple
only gonna make
existed.
60 of them. I doubt I'm gonna be able to get one. So
Look at this sweet angel, Rod from Collector's Cast. Hey, Oxfather, loving the stream. Rod,
the hell?
I love you, bro.
Oxfather.
what have we chopped liver?
Like what?
All right. Well, you know what? Let me have my day in court. All right. 60. That's kind of low. Now, when we were, I think it was John, Dean, and myself, if I remember correctly, we were on a stream with Leal like 3 months ago. And we talked about innovation. Like, what do we want to see companies, like, what's the next step of 6 scale? And I said, I think there's some very high-end custom companies that instead of giving you different hands, they give you a swap-out forearm. And so that you can hide, you don't have that nasty wrist joint. And I said, I think that's the future of where third party's going to go, where Hot Toys are going to go. You're going to get a box with, 8 forearms instead of 8 different hands. One, I think the joints are stronger. Like, you're not going to break that elbow joint. And 2, I just think aesthetically it looks way better. And Worldbox introduced the AT020S. This comes in at $47 Q1 2022. You get 6 different expressions. And they're sculpted very well. They're painted very well. And I think this is going to be a thing. I think, now that someone's dipped the toe in the mass market, I think you're going to start seeing these everywhere. And I think it's a great idea. I think it's a little pricey off the bat, but typically these things are, you gotta kind of have someone kind of make it first, and then you have people that are going to copy that. And I love it. I love everything about this. You can also get it. I think it's like $56 where it comes with the body and the forearms. But I think this is great. And honestly, like, I'm looking at my shelf and thinking, like, what figures do I have that could benefit from this? Because, a set of 3, I mean, that's potentially 3 figures that can all be taken care of by that one set. So I don't think it's too bad. And, I think the sculpt on these is fantastic with the veins and just the sculpt of the hands. I think it looks really good. I think this is going to be definitely something that going forward is going to be much more common.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't these... didn't these come with a Musashi figure like a few years ago?
There was a Musashi figure. I don't know if it's this exact sculpt, but yes.
It looks like, because it even looks like the sword holding hand, to grab the sword hands.
There's been companies that have been doing it for a while, but this is the first time where you can get them by themselves.
Oh,
without buying like a whole figure associated.
I understand. I was like, these look exactly the same, but okay, so maybe they're recast or something because they look familiar. But yeah, I think it's fantastic. It's like, hey, instead of ruining the sculpt down here at the wrist, or just fuck it up at the elbow. I don't know. It's cool. It's innovative. I don't know if I'm gonna fucking do backflips in order to get a pair, but if they're easy to get and readily available, I don't see why not. Maybe just pick up one set, see how game changing they are. Maybe I fucking love them. Maybe I'm like, I can't find enough uses for them.
Yeah.
So, I think it's cool.
One thing a lot of people are saying is like, you better use it on figures you don't plan to sell. These won't damage the figure at all. You just pull the joint out. Like, they're designed to come apart.
Will it work like that? Just pull it?
Yes. Yeah. Granted, like, of course, if there's some bodies that don't have this joint connection, but like if you look up like generic 1/6 body, they will plug into this arm. And if they don't, this set comes with the elbow joints. You just pull it out the bicep.
Yeah,
it's no different than swapping hands. You just pull it a little harder in that form.
Yeah, or like the saber hands on Star Wars figures.
Exactly.
Where the batteries are up here, you just take the whole elbow out.
Oh, okay, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Gadget says, sleeveless figures, yeah. Suited figures such as Spider-Man, not so sure how that would work. We need a little nuisance and movement. It's a good point.
Well, yes, of course. Yeah, this obviously wouldn't work for Spider-Man because you wouldn't be able to pull the elbow out. But
and Brenton says,
sorry, go ahead, read that.
No,
good. Brendan says with arms like these, we'd never see a hot toy under $300. There's a ton of figures. Like Han Solo figure aesthetically doesn't look very good because he's rocking like a 3/4 sleeve with a big fucking ball joint on his wrist. Like, it just doesn't look good. Imagine a Han Solo with this, where you hide that nasty joint. Game changing. game changing.
I like this. I think this is, like you guys are saying, I think this is innovative. If Hot Toys can even tackle, not necessarily just eliminate the whole peg option, but even if you throw a pair of these in the box as an option, a display option, I think a figure like Heath Ledger, the Hot Toys Heath Ledger Joker, would look great with a pair of these painted well. I don't know, considering that we've been unboxing some recent figures on the retro unboxings that have been 10, 11 years old, you can see that the joints are slowly getting either really tight or they're loose. So I think this just displays and will have so much more detail to the figure. Again, if you're going a dynamic pose, I don't think this is going to really work. I think it's always better to have that peg so you can get that wrist movement. But if you're someone who likes that kind of museum, one static pose, I think this can really work.
Yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of these. I don't like that. I mean, they look good, but I don't like the idea of them. I don't want less articulation on a figure. I don't want that. I see the static thing, and I understand that, but I could only really see it being suited for something where his arms are down to his side. Because even, like, say, with the fisted ones, to get the perfect pose, the fist has to be at the perfect angle. You would have to manipulate these to where those fists look good, and it may not be necessarily the pose that you want. Same with the gun, holding hand, swords, whatever. You have to be able to move the wrist to get it to pose a certain way. You'd be at the mercy of whatever these are already posed at, which I just don't like. The only way it would work perfectly for that Joker, like he was saying, he's clapping and you could literally
Exactly.
That's like, there's very small situations where I would see these working, and I don't think they're worth the price, in my opinion. Like, if people are so interested in museum figures and museum things, like, go to statues. I don't see how this benefits a figure necessarily. But that's just my opinion on it. It's like the whole split cut boot thing. Like, I want the split cut boot for the ankles. Why would I want something with no wrist peg? I would hate that. And if I could see Hot Toys, if they threw them in as options for people, that would be cool. But if they did these instead of, I'd be like, fuck this. So
yeah, I don't think
that's just how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Eddie. It definitely takes away a little bit, but I'm thinking of recent announcements so that this could really like plus, like the Shang-Chi figure and also the Loki. You know, the joints were just so unsightly. Like, that was a big turnoff to me. Obviously, the figures look great. So yeah, if Hot Toys were to implement technology like this, that could really kind of plus the figures in my eyes.
Loki would be great because he has his shirt rolled up, so you won't even see the elbow joint whatsoever, and you'll be able to appreciate the full forearm.
There you go, exactly.
I think at the end of the day, it's another tool in the toolbox. I think, there's like, I have a box of like all these random parts that like just happen. Like, I might need a wrist extender or an extra black Hot Toys peg. Like, it's just another thing to just kind of take a figure to that next level. And you're right, Eddie, like, every figure it will not work on 100%. But there might just be like that one figure that it just has a wrist peg that's just killing it. And I think it's nice just to have that option. I do agree with you. But I think in the case of the split joints, like, kind of what happened with John yesterday, like, no matter how great the pose is, like, if you literally can't move the ankles, the figure can't stand.
Yeah, 100%.
I think the wrists aren't, I mean, they're obviously very important to get a natural looking pose, but it's not like literally there's some figures that can't do like 95% of the things they should be able to just because the boot is like a chunk of plastic. But I think it's just a tool, right? Like, you're not going to be able to use them with like a Spider-Man or, a great number of figures, but for that one figure, like you said, Musashi, where it's like, it just kind of took that figure and elevated it just a little bit.
Just to ask you exactly, Sean was asking, are the wrists articulated at all? Like, these aren't like a silicone.
Hard. I don't think they're
plastic.
silicone.
Okay.
I believe from the ad they're plastic.
Yeah.
And then something else that you have to take into consideration is this wouldn't work on a figure with no bicep swivel. Now, I know most things have a bicep swivel, but there are some bodies out there that you get where if it had no bicep cut, you're screwed because you can't turn this at all. So I don't know.
Yeah,
you're right. As a tool,
that's true.
it is really good, and it's always good to have options. I It's very like minimal things I would use it for, so it's not worth the money.
It's kind of like having that one wrench in your toolbox that you never use.
Yeah.
And like the one time you use it, you're like, thank God I have this fucking 90-degree screwdriver. I think it's just like one of those things. It is pricey though, and I think as more companies try these out or this style, and maybe this just flops and no one ever tries it, I think the price will go down. And I think at some point, like, you know, True Type body used to be like $100, and now you can pick up a True Type clone for like 15. So I mean, the cost is going to go down as more people try it. And I think you know, I think at some point if these are $20 or even just included with generic bodies, I mean, I think that's a slam dunk. But I just thought it was so neat that I was like, I really feel like I want to talk about this tonight. John, this is the Home Alone Lego Ideas set. So Ideas is based on fan submissions. Yeah. And the process with Ideas, they have to hit, I believe it's 10,000 votes in a period of time. And then it enters like the next stage and the next stage, and it must keep accumulating votes. And eventually it gets selected. 10,000 does not guarantee the set gets made, but once it hits that threshold and it gets selected, a Lego designer will take the design and they'll also tweak it and kind of make it Lego appropriate. And this is $249 and it's released now. We do have a video to play, and John, I'll let you narrate the video because I don't believe there's any talking in it. And then I'll let you give your thoughts about the set. We'll start with you today.
Sounds good. Yeah, I've never been so excited for a Lego set. The whole back panel opens and then it closes, so you just get the house. You can see they actually gave you the Jordan cutout, and it actually moves around the house just like in the movie. And he's eating ice cream in the chair. So he set up that whole dining room set scene. You get his tree house that he uses. So this is off of course, the first Home Alone. And then of course you get the bandits and their van. Yeah, they like Lego knocked it out of the park. There's the aftershave scene that you get as well. It's just you have so many displaying options with this set, with all the panels opening. It's gorgeous. Like I've said, I've never personally. I'm with Sean. Sean says he's $1,000 getting 1,000% getting this. I've never been so excited for a Lego set. I saw it yesterday before we went live, and I was talking to Rainer. I'm like, "Is this real?" I thought it was a joke. It's the Lego set that keeps on giving. You get, I had it here, 5 minifigs, and it's a total of 3,955 pieces. So it's a big one.
Damn, that's a good price per part at $250.
I don't know, at $250, I guess. But like, it's just so much detail. Like every room is there. It's not like they just give you the house, and you have the exterior of the house, and you can actually, like, play with the scenes. Like, even if you wanted to do, because you know Home Alone is such a Christmas movie, if you wanted to do like focus on if you have kids, focus on a room like the last 5 days before Christmas, you know, and you do a little scene and this and that, take pictures and stuff. It's just a fun, I look at it as such a fun Lego set. And again, if you don't have the space, you can display it closed and then move it to another area and open it up and kind of play with it. I just think it's genius.
Yeah, so I just watched on Netflix the movies that made us, and I watched this episode of Home Alone and how it almost didn't get made.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Paramount was the one that bought it, and they shut it down. And
Warner Brothers? I don't think it was.
Was it Warner Brothers who ended up making it?
Yeah,
literally,
another company picked it up.
It was funny because as everybody got fired, they were getting hired by the guy like right behind the guy firing them, because that studio was like, "No, we'll make the movie, whatever cost, we'll make it."
Yeah.
So I was really reminiscing about this movie. Dude, this was like 3 days ago, and when this popped up in the show sheet, I was like, "Oh, dude, it's so serendipitous." Because I completely forgot John Candy was in the movie. And he's fucking amazing.
The polka.
Yeah, this movie is incredible. The Wet Bandits. I always fancied the second one a little more, Lost in New York. But oh man, this one, this is pretty good.
What's crazy about this movie is the house was built in a gymnasium.
Yeah.
the scenes in the house were built in a gymnasium. It wasn't in the in an actual house.
Yeah, they did all the outside shots at the house, and then everything else was inside a gymnasium. And then at the very end scene where he's in the basement and there's water everywhere, it's like in a pool. They built it in a pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is cool, man. It's a great house too, and they nailed it. I think they nailed it. Because I was like, oh, dude, someone's gonna cut corners. The house isn't gonna look right, but dude, it's a good look. It looks great. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it looks cool. It's not the kind of Lego stuff I'm into, but it's definitely cool if you like build Lego with your family or stuff like that. I could see it, like, you know, if you have kids and stuff, you're building it and you can kind of play with it with them and stuff, and so that's cool. It's not something I would get, but it's cool.
Yeah, looks just in time, perfect for the holidays. This might be really weird, but I've got a lot more nostalgia for the second movie than I do the first, right? And this is from the first, the OG. So, yeah,
that's
it looks
weird
awesome.
how that works. Because I was thinking the same thing. I was like,
right,
thinking of when he's in New York.
Might have just been when it came out. Plus, Trump is in that one. So, all right, sorry, let's not get political on this.
Wow, Kevin.
Weird. But yeah, no, it looks cool.
I think this may be one of the greatest Lego sets of all time.
I'm with you.
I mean, literally, like I'm imagining the movie. I watch it every year, so it's been about a year. But I don't think there's a moment that is in my mind that in some way cannot be photographed or replicated or has some play feature in the set. And I think it's important. I like that you get access to both sides, and I appreciate that it's like almost a lot. Like it's like it has the back, the front, like a little bit of a yard section, the treehouse. Like it. I mean, it really is like a complete set. You even get the spider. I think this is a fantastic set. I think the price point's pretty good. You know, especially when you compare this to other sets like the Lego Santa set. Like that's really like a Lego's own type of idea set. And I mean, it looks okay, but it's also like half the house isn't there. It's just like an open back house. I think this is fantastic. I think I mean, when I saw this, like it looked like a mock, like someone took that much time to put like all these little Easter eggs in there. I don't love that the mom minifig is in the set because it's like, I think he spent more time with certain siblings than the mom, and I don't know, like if you had to just pick one, who you would pick. But her being in the set, like, just doesn't vibe with me because the whole house is kind of configured like once she's already gone. But I'm not complaining that they gave you like another minifig. Great set. Ryan says, when is this releasing? This is out already. So if you go to lego.com, you can buy it, or just go to the stores. They have it in the stores. And
did you see it when you went?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Oh,
yeah, they had it on display. I think if I was spending like $250, I would personally probably get a different set that's like not related to this at all. But I think of all the sets that they've done recently, because they've done like Seinfeld sets, like a bunch of like sitcom sets, like this feels like the best of all those sets. And it's not branded as a modular set, but people are like working it into their modular sets, and it fits like right in. Like it looks fantastic. Yeah, I love everything about this. I know some people are saying the price per part ratio isn't like the best metric of value, but that's kind of what people have always gone off of, and the price per part is really solid on this one. So I think this is like a slam dunk set, and I hope you get it, John. I think it's a real nice set, and I don't know. I'm not tempted just yet, but I think it looked great, and I think you'd enjoy it.
$249, I can think. $349 over here.
Well, I think that's a conversion rate thing, because it's $249 here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. $249 yeah. I can see, but an extra $100, I don't know. It is pricey, but I think it's worth every penny.
Yeah, because the set that I was looking at was the Daily Bugle, and that's a pretty big set, but it's $300, and like, I don't know if I really have $300 Lego money. Getting into releases, the iconic Muhammad Ali bust released this week. This is a photo that Andrew posted on the groups. It's natural lighting cell phone photo But yeah, this looks great. I think, I almost think it looks more like Cassius Clay, like a really young Muhammad Ali before he changed his name. But fantastic bust. I think this is like only like $80 or $90. And I may see if we can get one for the channel to review, because I think it's great, and I do want to show some love to this company. And you know, they've solicited this like not too long ago, so for them to turn around and already have a finished product with all the COVID delays that companies are still having, it's pretty impressive, and I got to give them props on that.
Yeah, the thing looks fantastic, especially since the figure comes out later, right? And it's going to be swap out. Like the bust and the head sculpt can swap out with the figure, or at least the head. So yeah, dude, super cheap, $90. Get a really great representation of Muhammad Ali, and it'll go with the figure later that comes out later. I think this is wonderful. This is kind of that innovation we were talking about. Like, hey, you guys, we're gonna make a figure, and we're gonna make like this bonus piece that you'll get earlier, and you can enjoy and have on your desk, and then the figure comes out later, and it'll be even better. I think that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic. Like Zach said, natural lighting, just a cell phone pic, like nailed it. I think it looks fantastic.
It's cool. It's cool.
God damn it.
It looks really good. I don't see it as innovation because companies are already doing it, but it's cool that a 1/6 company is doing it, I guess.
Who's doing it?
Prime One does this. They've been doing it for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
but
like
they're the
$1,000.
first. They're the first 1/6. I
Yeah,
think
it's the
first
first
1/6 company.
That's what I said.
To do it.
Yeah, this looks really great. Definitely doesn't fit my collection, but you know, Iconic Studios wasn't really on my radar until I watched the stream with you guys and Andy from a few weeks back. And I think I posted to the group. I immediately had to go run and pre-order that Ryu figure, just to support them, because he's really thought through so much stuff that's important to collectors. So yeah, I think this one's a pass for me, but it looks phenomenal.
Yeah, look, I think Iconic Studios is stepping up their game. This is a great release. I'm not a boxing fan, but you know, for people who are and people who want a representation of their collection, guys, support companies like Iconic so that they can get these major licenses. I'd love to see them tackle a Batman or just with their latest Ryu or Ryu, whatever you call it. I don't know what you guys fans call that. The innovation that they're putting into these figures, they need the support. The way they're running the company, I think it's one of my favorite 1/6 companies right now. So keep up the great work. This was great. Like Dean said, to send them off the bust. Here's the bust. Display them while you're waiting, and then get the figure. That's how do you compete with that? That's a great, and that's thinking of the collector, to be honest.
Yeah. So we'll see how that looks once we get it in hand. Let's blow through these next two. This is the Lem Toys Gunslinger. We haven't seen any photos of it open, but people that we've talked to that have seen it said it looks great. A lot of people saying this is like Hot Toys quality packaging. The accessories look fantastic. And it's sold out instantly, like everywhere. And so much so that Lem Toys is doing a second batch, which I believe ships Q2 to Q3 2023. So I believe 1/6 Corner will probably be carrying that second batch. But I know they did already send shipping notices for the first batch. So Scott Bradley, you should have yours coming from them. They also, from Daft Toys, released the Nightmare Coat Batman set. And I think this looks great. I think the stock Hot Toys cape was always pretty good, but I think these third-party cape sets, even back in the day when this first came out, 1/6 Kit did a run. I thought it was really good, and I think this Daft Toys one continues that tradition. We'll talk about this one. The third-party Kingpin KC Toy Reviews has the first in-hand shots of it, and this fucker is huge. He's 24 inches tall, taller than Juggernaut, and Juggernaut's supposed to be like a 9-10 foot tall character in universe. And I have to think that someone somewhere really fucked this up, because Kingpin is absolutely not supposed to be this big. This is like, I would, at 24 inches tall, that's big for quarter scale. Like if a quarter scale is like 18, 19 inches tall, like that's pretty large for quarter scale. I think it looks terrible. I think this looks more like really obese Dave Bautista. I don't think the clothing fits great. I've heard the knees have problems. I
That's why he's got a cane.
I think this is one of the worst releases I think I've ever seen. It makes no sense why he's 24 inches tall. I think someone fucked up like a number somewhere and they never caught it. This is awful. This is fucking awful, dude.
It's like the size of a small child.
This is one of the most terrible things I've ever seen.
Why is only one of his buttons done on his vest?
It's
the other one was done, but he just finished eating. So,
dude, you're right about the Batista thing, or even the bad guy from Dune.
Oh, it's the same person, but
no, his uncle.
Oh yeah, Baron Harkonnen. Yeah, I like. Yeah, if this is from the game, it doesn't make sense. If you're going off the scale from the movie, this makes no sense. Like nothing about this figure makes any sense. I think it's terrible.
Oh yeah, I don't like it. I think it also just doesn't look very cool. Like I don't know, like it's very boring for how big of a figure it is. I would expect it to be a little more exciting, other than just sheer size. But it's just like a guy. It's like, okay, I guess. I don't like it.
The proto photos they showed us looked great. I was even contemplating picking this up, but this is like, this is atrocious. This is, I don't know. I don't even know what to compare this to. No, whoever ordered this, I'd be getting my money back. Can't support products like this. That's my 2 cents. Someone said it here. Who said it? This would be good to display with a quarter scale Hot Toys Spider-Man. That's how big he is.
I almost think it'd still be too big. It's fucking huge. It makes no sense why he's so big.
I think the figure looks really good, but you're right, it's too big. He's in the comics he's 6'7", so Tom Holland's 5'7", so he should be like maybe where his nipples are. Like that would be the height that he should be. But
yeah, like maybe the top button, but not an extra like 8 inches above that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they were trying to do. This is the same company that did the Juggernaut?
I don't believe so. I believe that's Toys R Us, but this is the only figure that was like remotely like this is bigger than the second Hulkbuster. Like I've seen this figure sized up against a bunch of fucking huge figures, and he towers over all of them. Yeah. I think he's bigger than like Ragnarok Hulk, like everybody. He's huge.
Yeah, that sucks because it would be a good figure. Like it looks really good.
He's almost life size at this point.
Well, I don't know. He's not even close to life size, but
yeah, but it's a joke, you know.
Yeah, I agree. It had to have been a fuck up. There's just no appeal, no like display options. Like, what are you gonna put him cradling Spider-Man? Only for the novelty, I would say. You know, if he had him kind of lined up against Thanos and the Hulkbuster, and just for the sheer ridiculousness. But yeah, this looks not good.
Yeah, I agree. Dean, it's that time of the show.
We're gonna talk about what the scrapyard and need, guys. I love Watto's. I do, and I'll tell you why. We want to thank our friends over at Watto Scrapyard for sponsoring tonight's episode. You can find them on Instagram at Watto Scrapyard. You can find them on Facebook and eBay as well under the same name. Makes 3D printed parts for hard to come by Kenner and Hasbro vehicles, which is a huge help when you're looking for those lost pieces. In fact, I got my Legacy Falcon landing gear from him, which is infinitely cheaper than buying them on eBay. He also makes 3D printed parts for 3D printed head sculpts of literally anybody in the world. If you wanted to make our handsome friend Marco over here, you could. You just got to get some spy photos of him or ask nicely. And you can get one designed, printed, and shipped to your door for reasonable fees, guys. Head of Watto's today. He's amazing.
Yeah, guys, we also want to thank 16 Corner. Their mission is to provide the best figures and collectibles to their customers. They offer great prices, great packaging, fast shipping, and best in the business customer service. Good news is, Collecting Weekly listeners, while we're live, get 10% off in-stock figures while the show is live, and what you have to do is you have to use code CW10. That's CW10. You guys use that, you get 10% off. You choose your figures, pay safely with PayPal, and leave the rest to them.
Bunch of angels. It is that time for us to talk about our nominations potentially for best of the year. So we have a bunch of new listeners, so we'll kind of explain what's going on. So for 4 years in a row, this will be our 4th year, we do what's called the Collecting Weekly Award Show. And it's kind of evolved through the years. And the way we do it now is starting today, we have a form we're going to put up here in a moment. And you can nominate several different categories for things such as most improved company. And we'll kind of go through these. And I just thought it'd be nice for us to chat about companies and figures that meant a lot to us this year. And we're going to do a $100 gift card giveaway to encourage you guys to nominate figures. So the way it's going to work, we'll drop a QR code and a link here in a bit. You nominate, you get 1 entry for nominating, and then in December you get 1 entry for actually voting. And then at the end of the year, when we do the award show, we'll draw 1 winner, and you'll win a $100 gift card to any online place. We'll order you a gift card. So for most improved company, it's the company that from last year to this year improved the most. If I had to pick today, you have until December 1st, by the way. I'm going to go with 3-0, Dean. I think they have just put out, like from day one, just banger figures, great prices, great releases, and 3-0. I mean, they just everything they've done this year, I've enjoyed. And I think for me, they're the most improved company. I just think that by far they knocked it out of the park this year.
How are they better than last year, though?
Because they introduced new scales. They brought a licensed 6-scale figure to market that was $100, released it, and it was as good as any $100 figure, even better than third-party figures that cost half as much more expensive. And last year, I don't think they were really on my radar, but this year, everything that they've done has just blown me away.
Okay, I can see that.
What do you think, Dean?
Most improved? Man.
It's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
Feel free to skip if you're not ready to nominate anything on air.
I don't know.
I just want to go through these categories and have some discussion, kind of get the listeners excited.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because I still really like McFarlane, but I wouldn't say he's improved, but the amount of figures he's put out has been staggering with the DC line, and it's impressive. But he was doing that last year as well, so I don't know if it's like most improved yet. So I don't know. I got to think about that.
Yeah, I'm the same with Dean. I'm going to think about this one. This is a tough one, and it needs some time and careful consideration. These are not some dinky awards. These are awards. These are like the Oscars. They're not the Golden Globes. These are the Oscars.
It's like the Oscars, the BAFTAs, the Grammys.
This is like
the Tonys. This is
top of the
where
line.
it's at for toys.
Not any other review. Not any other show that's YouTube show that's doing awards. It's not the same. This is the Collecting Weekly award show. This is like, if you get an award from Collecting Weekly, you've made it. So I'm gonna think about it.
What do you think, Eddie?
There's a couple different companies that I think come to mind. I don't know if I have a specific one. You're right, 3-0 has been doing a lot of good things lately. I just in my head I'm thinking like, how specifically are they better than last year for everything I'm trying to think of? But NECA is always constantly improving, I think, and they're doing a lot of things this year that I really like, especially with certain lines that I'm getting. So they're one that comes to mind. Dean's right, McFarlane comes to mind just because of, how they've taken the DC line to a whole new thing this year. And there was one more I wanted to... Mezco. Mezco has done things this year where it's helping out the fans, like just be able to attain some of the things they've been putting out. And then with their own... line of like Rumble Society, they've been doing a lot of that, so that's also another company that comes to mind when I think of who's improved. there are a lot of things that companies, I think this is going to be one of the harder picks for this year, because I think a lot of companies had no choice but to improve because of 2020. So yeah, I think this is probably one of the hardest picks for this year.
I completely agree. We did put the link in the comments. We'll drop a QR code here in a bit, but if you guys want to start getting your nominations in, please do. Marco, most improved company from last year to this year.
Yeah, so I haven't been collecting for a whole lot of time now, and my collecting is pretty singular, but I have to say J&D Studios seems like they're ramping up quality, and I'm not a statue collector at all, but the stuff that I've been seeing them put out recently is like making me want to dive in. So I can't speak to the overall body of work, but it seems like they're getting better and better every one I see.
Gotcha, I can respect that. So that's most improved. So essentially we'll take your nominations and we'll do a live show and show off what everyone nominated, and then we'll narrow it down to 5, and then you guys will vote, and that's going to be whichever one wins, which is basically it's this democratic process. Whoever wins is who wins. So best overall company. McFarlane has really surprised me this year. The quantity, the quality of figures that they're putting out. I'm kind of glad that they've stopped relying so heavily on their own design. So they do kind of sprinkle them in here and there. But I don't know that for me, they were the best overall. I think they were just really solid this year. I'll tell you who's not on my list this year, Bandai. Bandai fucking took a shit this year. And I've nominated Bandai in this category every single year. I think introducing P Bandai, one of the worst decisions any company has made. The price point that they're offering some stuff at is way too high. The quality is way too low. Lots of shipping issues, both in delays and just in general shipping practices. Not a fan of Bandai this year. If I had to pick one company for best overall, I've said it all year, I think I'm still going to go with 3-0, both for most improved and best company. The Game of Thrones line just took it to the next level for me. The Jaime Lannister, one of the best sculpted, best painted figures that I've seen in a while. And they're just offering a lot for a really good price. I think Jaime is only $175 for an HBO licensed Game of Thrones figure that is sculpted and painted to the nines. I think that's a potential nomination for me. I'm going to think about it. Typically, Hot Toys has won this award every year, and I'm hoping that doesn't continue because it's kind of a cop-out answer. But for me, I think if I had to pick today, I'd probably go 3-0.
Yeah, I'm going 3-0 as well. Like you said, with the Game of Thrones line, I've gotten the Tormund, the Arya, and the Jaime, and I have their other Game of Thrones figures, and those 3 are far and above, way better than the previous releases. That it's like you could really see the progression of like how much they've improved. So I like 3-0 a lot. Like you said, with the soliciting of the Power Rangers at $100 as a 6-scale figure, it's fucking crazy. The DLX line, the Marvel DLX line, 3-0 came out fucking swinging in 2021.
Yeah, I think I'd pick this one over the other one for 3-0, just because you're right. They hit so many lines, they reach so many collectors, they hit so many IPs, they have so many different IPs. It's crazy, and the prices are really good, and it seems like the quality is very good. I don't know that I have any 3-0 figures in hand, but there is a lot of stuff that I want, like the Transformers stuff and the Power Rangers stuff. Super 7's a good mention for most improved. They've also hit a lot of lines this year, put out a lot of pre-orders for different things, and also I want to put this on everybody's mind for most improved, because I maybe don't speak their praises high enough just because they don't really put out stuff that I want, but Iconic is a licensed company, Iconic Studios, and they have done a lot of cool shit this year, so I would put them in most improved. That might be my pick, and I don't want the stuff they're making, but that might be my pick for most improved.
I think you're onto something there, Eddie.
I agree with
Mark. You're onto something.
3-0 might be the most improved. Not sure if it's the best. I think best. I'm just looking from. I think I'm just gonna, from a customer service standpoint and as a collector, I'm gonna mention Iconic. I think, and the reason I say that is not necessarily just the releases. I think it's from start to finish of the release, just thinking of the customer, the execution of the product, taking the time to make sure the product that's going to be put to the market is tested and that the collector who's purchasing the product is going to have an overall fantastic experience. Not only that, but taking the time even to communicate with the different channels and have conversations with the different shows about future projects, about how current projects are being made and so forth. Like Iconic for me this year is really up there. If we're gonna, I'm just gonna mention quickly, if we're talking statues, I don't know, is that gonna be a slide there, Zach, down the line?
Yeah, there is going to be a best statue. So
okay.
Equan asked a great question. Now, there is a little bit of a qualifier to what you can nominate. They have to be released from December of last year to any time before December of this year. And by released, we mean people own it as a release, not a pre-order that's been released.
Well, Iconic released the Ali, and I think
no.
Bateman's
yeah,
coming.
I'm just saying.
I think
I know, but
Ekwan
was asking.
For these awards, it doesn't specifically mean figures because we're just talking about how the company works overall.
Yeah, customer service,
also
the moves that they've made, things like
Erwin
that.
said, Asmus, if Asmus wins any awards, I'm fucking quitting, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Like, Asmus sucks so much that I love Lord of the Rings and refuse to buy the figures because that's how much it sucks. So, it could get better, but it still has a long way to go. So that's just how I feel about it. I know you guys buy some of their stuff.
Sean says, Hot Toys isn't a cop-out answer. They are still the top of the game.
Yeah, but Hot Toys also fucked up like 7 times this year.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah, they're playing a very dirty game.
Yeah, and the price increase overall just makes me not want to pick them either, so fuck that.
Before I get to my answer and I say Hot Toys, I have to say my wife Gigi's texting me from the other room saying, no, you're not getting any fucking statues. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize she was listening, but I guess that idea has been nixed already. So, but yeah, Hot Toys, I got to speak to what I know. Yeah, they've had some missteps this year, but I still feel like they put out a lot of bangers.
Definitely. Best figure under $30. So this is retail US dollars, 30 of them. That is going to be an interesting pick. I think the Hasbro Gamerverse Miles Morales, a really strong figure. I think that's something I got to consider. I think the Dune line from McFarlane, I think those retailed for like $22. I think that was a really strong line. And then the McFarlane Batman stuff. Like there was quite a few releases this year that were really good. So I got to kind of go through the catalog and pick the right figure. Just off the rip though, I think Gamerverse Miles Legends, one of the greatest figures under $30 that I've ever seen. I think you get like 8 hands, 2 heads, a build a figure part. Strong release for under $30. What do you think, Dean? Under 30. You're on mute.
Son of a beach. A few Black Series come to mind. Bo-Katan, the Arc Trooper
choice.
5s.
Hell yeah, Dean. Hell yeah.
That's a great one.
Was it
Yeah.
Echo or 5s? Which one was it?
I think it was Echo. You're talking about the one that was the Target exclusive.
The one I got from you.
Yeah. 5s.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
5s. It was 5s.
It is
right?
5s, right? Whichever
one of
it
those
is.
two. Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, because I have it. I'm looking at it.
Man, and I didn't buy a lot of under $30 figures this year, but I know those for sure stood out to me.
Move your mic, please.
Dude, I gotta go with probably the Arc Trooper. Honestly, that's it's so well done with the new clone body that they came out with.
Beautiful.
The accessories, it's a solid figure. Like everything's glued down properly. There's no floating bits. It's really good. I think I'm going that one.
I want to agree with you, Zach, on the McFarlane Dune stuff because I do love those, like the look of them. But I hate McFarlane ankles, so I can't pick them. But I'm gonna go with Dean. It's not the same figure, but I just got him the Black Series Tech, just like the sculpt on him and all of like the movie. He has a bunch of tools on his side that move around and stuff, and they come with head sculpts and the helmets and the paint. There's a good amount of paint work on these figures, and you don't see that typically a lot. with under 30 figures, especially from like Hasbro. They try to cheap out where they can. So I guess I want to say Black Series is kind of the same as the fives, but I'm gonna say Tech, or the whole Bad Batch line really from Black Series. I love.
Yeah, so the under 30 line is not really where I collect, so I'm not. It's not that I'm not too knowledgeable, but it's just not my line. Besides, like those carbonized ones I was showing you guys, but then at that point, it's already hitting $25. So, but I think I'm gonna go with what Zach had said, just based on what he's shown us, even with his articulation and so forth with that Miles Morales. I can definitely, even though I'm not a collector of that line, I can appreciate what they did and how they executed it and the different accessories they gave and so forth. So that's where I'd go with it.
Yeah, this is definitely a blind spot of mine. So not a whole lot of opinions here, but thank you to the chat for kind of advice on how to deceive my wife, how to hide the boxes, unbox when I'm alone. So thank you for that.
Wow, she's probably reading those comments like, you motherfucker.
Someone's sleeping on the sofa tonight.
100%.
Now, this scale does need a tiny bit of explanation. And every year we try to like title this a bit more specifically, and it somehow gets more and less confusing. Best non-traditional scale, if it's not 1/6, not 1/12, and not a statue, this is where it goes. So people are asking in the comments for Lego, Transformers, like Gundams, Kaiju stuff, like that will go in this category.
What about the Kingpin?
That fucking, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it right there.
The gray area.
That motherfucker's not 6 scale, I'll tell you that much, America. Best non-traditional scale, I got to think about this a bit. This was the one category that I think I was a little iffy on. I think there's been some cool Lego sets, but I think the 3-0 Unit 1, I think is a pretty strong piece. Plenty of die cast, great paintwork. It's kicked off their the rebuild Ava main character line. So for me, I'm gonna go with the 3-0 Ava Unit 1, part of the DLX line.
Bandai DX Chogokin VF1J with GBP armor. It's a fucking Chogokin, dude. It's literally like the top of the line collectible. Like, it doesn't get any better. So that's
what are you Chogoking on?
This dude.
I'm gonna fucking Chogoke you, dude.
I have trouble with this word. I don't know what to pick. I do know you guys are not going to agree with this, but it's just what's off the top of my mind. I really want the Hot Toys Grogu, the 1-to-1. So I'm going to go with that one. I know that's going to have a lot of debate just with the whole articulation thing. But
I believe it did, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it was like spring.
It's crazy to think about, like, oh fuck, it's
I know. 2020 and 2021 kind of meld together, so it's hard to like tell what's between those two. But yeah, I think that might be my pick.
For me, just doing from the streams we've been doing on the weekends, the Bricks and Brews, I'm gonna have to go with Lego. Just with some of the stuff that they put out this year. One being especially that Home Alone set. Like I said, I fell in love with that set, so I'm gonna go with Lego on this one.
Specifically, the Home Alone set.
Specifically, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Can he pick that one?
Yeah, it's a non-traditional scale. Yeah.
It's available?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's released already.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought that was a pre-order thing. Oh, that's cool.
No, Lego's weird, bro. Like, Lego will like be like, oh yeah, by the way, this whole line that no one knew about until today is in the stores today. Yeah. Like, go buy it.
Just between that one and the Titanic alone, I
love it.
The Titanic was good, dude.
Yeah.
So another blind spot of mine. I'm not really great at math, so
God damn it, Marco, get the fuck out of here. Just kidding.
So
Jesus Christ.
So, well, this might disqualify it because it hasn't released yet. But the HasLab Razor Crest, that wouldn't qualify for this, right? That's a straight up scale.
If it may come out in December.
Yeah, that's 3 3/4 scale, but it technically doesn't slot in. So that could, if it gets released early enough, it could definitely make a drop.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Those are a lot of the HasLab ones could be considered for this, I guess, like the Sentinel and the
Rancor
and the Galactus.
I think those are technically.
Oh, the Galactus isn't released yet, though. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, best 12th scale. Shout out to Small Talk. Shout out to Todd. I'm going Sentinel Miles Morales. arguably the greatest Miles Morales figure ever made from a guy that has owned probably every Miles Morales figure that's ever been made. Fucking a shitload of accessories, beautiful portraits, a great price point if you got it from GameStop. Even better if you got it through our group buy. We got it for like $50. Honestly, may be my figure of the year. That's how good it is. I love everything about it, and I loved it so much I bought 2 of them. What do you think, Dean?
Best 112. Again, I'm still thinking of Bo-Katan because she's really good.
You liked that one when it came out.
Yeah, but I did just get a shipping notification for my 1/12 scale Roy Fokker from Robotech. And that comes with a bunch of accessories. Kid's concept usually is pretty good. So it's probably going to be that, but I need it in hand first. Because my fucking Rick Hunter one broke. Which I'm pissed at because now they're like $150 instead of like $60. So gonna see if we can fix that, Zach. But yeah, I'm probably going to go Roy Fokker on this one. Kid's concept 112.
This one I'll have to think about more. I mostly only get Black Series stuff, so I feel like it's the same answer if I just say tech. So maybe I'll change up my under 30 and think about that one more. But those are what come to my mind because those are my favorite 112 series to collect right now. And the NECA stuff isn't 112, so yeah, I'll have to think about it.
Were those gargoyle figures you got 112?
That's what I was saying. That I'm looking at that one right now. That one's maybe that, and that's not even under 30 either. So maybe I'll go non-traditional scale or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think technically the NECA stuff is like
7 inch.
7th. Yeah, it's 7 scale.
Yeah.
So that would fit into the last category, the non-traditional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to take a pass on 112. Same thing.
Yeah. I assume, Marco, you're taking a pass as well.
No, there's that, so I don't collect these yet, but there's a figure that I saw.
What are you doing here?
The J. Jonah Jameson was an absolute banger. That one looks phenomenal, and I feel like if I could track it down, it's a Legend series, yeah.
Yeah,
that cool. One looks awesome to me. I don't know, just very unique.
Best third-party figure. I know it literally just came out today, but the Limb Toys Gunslinger looks so fucking good. Like, I can't imagine this not potentially even competing for best head sculpt and figure of the year. If it's not just a total piece of ass when it comes in. But just like judging by the photos, I think it looks great. I think there was some decent stuff by Present Toys with the Michael figure. I think that one was okay. Cuervo says Soso Toys Green Arrow. I know that was a good one too. But man, that Limb Toys Cowboy looks super good. Now in this category, it's specifically a figure from a third-party company. I would say also the Batman Hush figure, the SSR Batman. That one looks really good. He's fucking huge though. He's like on a Fison body. So that's a good one. The chat's chiming in. Infamous Space Wizard. 16 Corner said that was their most ordered figure actually this year. Toys Era Goblin or Doc Ock also people are nominating. Dean, best third party, what are we thinking?
VTS Cloud Strife.
It's a good one, dude. That's a good figure.
Solid. I know the game toys are still not out yet, but yeah, I just got my shipping notification from Rick, so I'm pretty excited.
I think I'm gonna go with the Game Toys Ichigo that I got this year, the grayscale, because
nice.
I think the regular one came out last year, so the grayscale one, it's a sick figure, and it just comes with so much accessories, and they made their own body for it, so it's definitely my favorite third party that I've picked up. But there are a lot. Like I think I put the Toys Era Goblin when I did the test for you yesterday or whenever, Zach. So that one is a good one. There was another one that I was thinking about, but I can't remember. But yeah, there's been a couple that have come out, so there's another interesting award to pick this year.
Yeah, I'd give a couple. Toys R Us Goblin with that glider, beautiful. Same with the Doc Ock. I think they did that really well. But one that I really like as well, the horse. I don't know what company did it. We talked about it, guys, from the Ghost Rider that we talked about
Oh, the Thunder Toys.
Thunder Toys?
Thunder Toys. The horse that lit up with the USB coming out of the kazoo.
Wow.
I think that was...
That really stuck with you. I don't think it came out yet, though. It's
it's coming out this year, though, no?
Well, if it's supposed to, but whether or not it will, that's the question.
I'm going based on the release date. If not, I would stick to then the Goblin with the glider.
Yeah. Marco, is there anything third party that's impressed you this year?
Yeah, I would say for sure the Goblin with the glider. I've just seen so many folks that collect pretty much nothing but Hot Toys, and then they will go on about how beautiful that figure is. So it just really looks really gorgeous.
Yeah. Best head sculpt. I've seen photos of the Rex, and I think it looks pretty good. I think that's going to be good. I think they got Tamora Morrison down pretty well, and every variation of that, like Cody. I think Cody won last year actually, and I think Rex might be in the pipeline to win as well. Dean,
dude.
best head sculpt. What are we thinking?
I think Rex.
Beautiful portrait.
I'm trying to think real hard about anything that's come out that's been like
Mark 85.
specifically really good.
How
Dude,
dare
get
you?
out of here.
Fucking Stuart Little, dude.
Marty?
Can we kick Eddie out of the war show?
Wow.
Jesus. Discussion. Yeah, just again, like I really got to sit down and think and
because there's been so many good ones.
Do my homework. Yeah,
Bo-Katan.
exactly.
That's not out.
I mean, that's a pretty good one for
John. Do you not understand how this works?
I understand. I'm only kidding because it's like John Cena. Jesus.
Oh, what about the rules. Mysterio? The Jake Gyllenhaal was really good.
I actually like that portrait.
I just passed that one. It looked bad.
No, that portrait looks great. It really does in hand.
No way.
Yeah, immediately I thought of Rex too, but that's only because I can't think of like head sculpts.
Anything because your brain doesn't work properly?
Jesus Christ, man.
Sorry, I don't know why I said that.
The Kylo, that isn't the Rise of the Skywalker Kylo?
That one looks solid. Not only is it good, but they really fixed it from the prototype. As John would say, they did a complete 360.
What a tingus!
The Hellboy came out this year. The one from the new movie. That one looked really good. That head sculpt.
That did actually look pretty good.
It didn't.
Well, that's just like your opinion, man. Gamora. Did Gamora come out this year? Holy fuck.
Oh, Qui-Gon came out this year too, right?
Look, I love Qui-Gon, but that head sculpt is
that portrait. I'm looking at it right now. That portrait looks pretty good. Okay, but by far the
Fat
best.
Gadget says Einstein from Back to the Future. How
best
dare you?
Head sculpt so far that I've seen out of Hot Toys, I think, and it's fine. I'm not counting it as part of the awards. Is the Loki that we just saw? I think that sculpt is.
He definitely doesn't know how to play this game.
I don't think he does.
I got to think about this one. There's a lot of them.
I'm on their Hot Toys Instagram just looking.
So am I. I'm looking at all of them.
Let me hop in before you guys steal mine. Damn. So I think the upgraded suit, the Tom Holland from the upgraded suit Spider-Man looked
that's a good one.
Phenomenal. Yeah, that one looks really, really great in hand.
Winnie the Pooh.
I know it's an easy sculpt, but the Gwen Stacy from Animated looks good.
Ooh.
That one looked pretty good.
P-Rock says Hot Toys Solo Mall. Cuervo says does Super 7 qualify for off scale? Yes, it does, I believe, because Super 7 is that same 7-inch scale. Yep. Big Fern says Steve Rogers in-game. Cuervo says Nebula. So
man, that Steve Rogers is the best one.
I can make
other than Infinity War that they've done.
A safe assumption. Hot Toys is taking that.
Oh yeah, take that to the bank.
Yeah.
Best 1/6 scale. I'm gonna go with the Gamerverse Miles Morales from Hot Toys. I think it looks good. A lot of people singing praises for that figure, and I did see it at Alien World the other day, and I mean, beautiful texturing. I think it's a shame that it doesn't come with a portrait, especially since there's no likeness that you need to get. It's an animated character. Mysterio, a close second, and may even be my nomination. And I know I got to eat a bunch of shit because we talked mad crap about that dome having a seam in it, but I think they made it as good as possible without totally eliminating it. But I think, thinking about it out loud, I think Mysterio's probably going to be my pick. but being a big Miles fan, I do want to kind of skew my vote in that direction. So it's going to be one of those two for me. I got to watch more reviews. And I think at some point, once I see Mysterio in person, I think I'll probably be able to decide. But honestly, if I had the money and I had both of them in front of me, I think the one I'd have to go with would probably be Mysterio. I think it just looks more appealing on the shelf. Because the Game Reverse Miles, it is. The Game Reverse Miles isn't my favorite iteration. I think if I was going to get a 6-scale one, it would be from the animated movie, Into the Spider-Verse. What do you think?
Earth to Dean.
Oh, my, I just
Ground control to Major Tom.
I was sitting here like, what the hell happened? Everything went quiet. Best 1/6, dude? Fucking Rex. He comes out this year, yeah? Didn't he already get a shipping notice?
Yeah, he's already shipping. I think he's on imminent arrival for Sideshow, so he should be well in.
Yeah, I think Captain Rex. Easy.
I think my pick kind of similar to Dean's. It's not Captain Rex because I don't have him yet, but the 501st Troopers, the deluxe. I want to pick the Coruscant over it, but the 501st comes with more accessories, which makes me like it more. They're essentially the same figure. The only difference is the ratcheted leg thing, which I don't like, so I like it more on the Coruscant guard. So, you know, the Troopers from Hot Toys, they've done really well with those this year, and those are my favorite pickups, I think, this year from a licensed company, so yeah.
Okay. You guys ready for this?
Regardless.
What the hell?
Sorry.
He
switched it. He switched it.
Hell?
He
How
switched it. I wasn't paying
you?
attention.
John,
I'm
no,
sorry.
go for it, go
No,
for
no,
it.
no,
How
no,
dare
no.
you?
No. Guess always first. He switched it. I didn't notice. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, all good. So I don't have it in hand yet, but it's one that I initially thought looked like ass and then turned out looking great, and that was the Venom figure. So to me, that was just like the most impressive looking. Yeah, it just looks so unique on from all the images I've seen, and I'm really excited to get it in hand.
That was a good pick.
That was a fucking good pick, honestly.
Regardless of the release that came after it, let's just ignore that happened. I'm just talking strictly on emotion when I open the box and the anticipation for it. I'm going to go with the Beskar Deluxe Mando.
What?
Yeah. And I just said, I said regardless of the release that came after it.
I know.
Okay.
John, I back you up on that.
Your
That's
biggest
a
rant,
beautiful
I think.
figure.
It was my biggest rant as a business, the way they handled it. But like I said, when I purchased that figure, just watching the show and then getting that figure in hand.
It's a complete 360.
Everything that it came with. Eddie's a comedian now. Hey, don't you guys know? Part-time.
Oh, boy.
That's my pick.
I respect that, John. Best statue. Eddie, let's kick it off with you. You're part of In and Out. So this is y'all's inaugural category. Inaugural category.
Eddie,
I don't know. Okay, yeah, I do. I really love the Silver Surfer that Sideshow did this year.
That's a good piece.
That might be my pick, just because, you know, my favorite sculptor. I love the anatomy. I think it portrays the character very well. The exclusive was done really well. The paint looked really solid on it. It did have a lot of issues, just, you know, due to the chrome paint. A lot of it came scratched up or things like that. But that might be my favorite pick this year. Just like, I don't want to pick Queen or Jandy, just because I feel like there's a lot of dick riding there, and I don't want to pick either of those. So, plus, we don't have a lot of shit in hand from them, so yeah.
I'm going to go... I haven't seen this in person, but I've seen reviews of it. It's the Guts the Black Swordsman 3rd scale, and I think, Dean, you said Deanie has it, so I do want to come and check it out before I make my nomination, but it did come out, I believe, this year from all the reviews that I'm seeing. But that statue looks incredible. It's a very similar pose to the one that I have, but the base is totally different.
You want to come over here?
I mean, you could bring the statue over here. I mean,
no. It's just, you want to drive? Like,
well, I have to drive because I have to help you film the unboxing for the Nosferatu Zod.
Oh, I don't think that's going to be before the award show, but yeah.
I mean, I've only been invited to your house like literally once.
Yeah,
So
you
I mean,
never-
if
you were
I'm
like-
invited,
you were like, "No, I'm all right." I was like, "Okay."
I did. What do you? We hung out. We hung out
All right,
like,
guys,
all
let's
day
keep
that
it,
day. It was a
let's-
beautiful day.
let's-
John, shut the
Hey,
hell up. This
that's
was a
what the
beautiful
people
day.
listen to the show for. Best statue, I'm going Kids Logic 112 scale cockpit, VF1J cockpit. That thing's phenomenal, dude. All the lights, all the little intricate details on a company that's like relatively new. Granted, I ordered it like 2 years ago, but you know, it was supposed to come out last Christmas, and then you know the coof, so obviously it was delayed until like the middle of this year. So yeah, I think it's fantastic, dude. I can't imagine how amazing the 6 scale one is, but yeah, I'm going the 112 scale VF1J cockpit.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Iron Studios Mando. That's a good one too, Erwin.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I can't pick this yet. This is very important to my heart. This category, because there's just so many companies that put out so much stuff. Not necessarily this year, but in the pipeline and everything. This, let it marinate. I'm gonna do my research of the last year, and I'm gonna pick it and announce it. And this is one I hold near and dear to the heart. Marco,
Real
you're
quick,
up.
Cuervo,
right.
I am the Mexican.
Dude,
Oh,
John.
man. Is there another connotation that we
What's
can...
so funny?
Another
If
word
you
we
would
can
have
use instead
said-
of Mexican?
Latin, John, if you would have said Mythos Vader, I would have laughed so fucking hard. Holy
Mythos
shit! I would
Vader
have
didn't
laughed
come
so
out
hard.
this year.
I know, that's the joke. Marco, what do we got?
Yeah, so Eddie's immediately going to call me a dick rider, but that J&D Studios Wonder Woman was just the gold armor Wonder Woman. And Dean, I think you were talking about the Black Widow statue, and you were like, that statue's sexy. And that's how I feel about this.
That
Wonder
statue
Woman,
is fucking
right? It's like, that statue's just sexy.
To be
Marco,
fair,
you gotta give credit where credit's due. So you can be dick riding whatever you want. If a company is producing, you gotta give credit where it's due.
Love to hear it. Thank you, John.
Look, the Wonder Woman, I agree with you. That was like one of the first ones that they showed, so it was really good. There's stuff after that, which is what I call dick riding, because it's not as good, and people still are like, "Oh my god, it's fucking amazing." That's the dick riding thing.
I hear you.
But yeah, Eddie doesn't like you.
Understood.
Eddie, did you get your nomination in already? I just want to make sure. Oh, you did. You let us off.
Yeah,
Just
Silver
kidding.
Surfer.
Just
anything Daniel Bell does, because I'm a huge dick rider.
Wow. I told you, bro. You gotta interview him. Figure of the year, the creme de la creme, the best release this year. I'm gonna go Sentinel Miles. It's the best thing that I've owned this year, and it I mean literally blew me away opening that figure. Cuervo says this is fun. This is just the intro, bro. We got like 6 weeks of like this to deal with, so stay tuned. But yeah, figure of the year, I'm going Sentinel Miles. I know it's probably not gonna win. Typically this category is dominated by 6 scale stuff, so that's where my heart is on this one. Figure of the year, I'm going Sentinel Miles. The piece that I bought this year that it just absolutely blew me away. What do you think, Dean?
NDX VF1J with GBP armor.
Wow.
It's fucking fantastic. I know it's technically a re-release, the base figure, but with all the armor, all the accessories it comes with, that thing is phenomenal. For the price, get out of town.
Marcos, I'm gonna pass on this one. Marcos, you're up.
All right. So this is going to be totally counter to what I said in the best 1/6, but I think the Commander the Commander Rex. Oh my gosh! Now I'm blowing it. Now I'm blowing it. Rex, just based on all the hype and just how excited people have gotten over that figure. That's the figure of the year, right? That's the most hyped release.
He's a captain, goddammit.
Captain Rex. Apologies, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This one requires a lot of thought from me. Same thing that we talked about. Things come to mind like Rex and Jesus Christ. And Mysterio was also a good release this year. Venom was a sick release, I think, this year. These are all things I don't have yet, so I don't know. I always like to pick something that I actually bought, but
Yeah, but you could objectively look at something and...
Oh,
That's true. That's true.
If y'all motherfuckers nominate Sideshow Grievous,
that's the one I was going to nominate.
Oh,
I just read
my
Cuervo.
God.
That was the one I was thinking about.
Oh, that's what they're. I was too busy texting.
I was gonna say
That's
it would be kind
hilarious.
of cool to do like a meme stream and do like the shittiest things.
Oh, like
of
like
the
an
year.
after dark, like
Yeah.
afterwards, like the
Yeah.
what are they
Just
called? The
bullshitting.
Razzies, I think, Dean, or
The SAG Awards.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
No, that's the Screen Actors Guild. I don't think that's the.
No,
jokes.
the ESPYs? No.
I think that's sports, bro.
Yeah. But that's all a big joke, isn't it?
The Razzie.
Sean says Razzie.
Sean says Razzie. Yeah.
There we go.
Sean.
Anyways, so those are the categories. You can win $100 if you're watching on your television. Just snap a shot of that QR code. It'll bring you to the form, and it only takes like a minute to to enter, and we'll give you a $100 gift card if you win. So there's 2 chances to enter, and it's kind of like our thank you for you guys for listening all year, and then also just to get our award, some nominations, and a little bit of advertisements. And also, if you're in Auxiliary, I put up a thread while we were chatting about this. If you want to win a Daft Toys Nightmare Batman cape set, or a cloak set rather, just comment on the post that you nominated. I'll double check with the form, and next Tuesday we'll pick a winner to get this from 1/6 Corner. So big shout out to 1/6 Corner for donating this for our entry, or for our nominations rather. The Book of Boba Fett, the official trailer dropped. I thought it was great. I want to kind of blow through these, so we probably won't watch it on stream. But Dean, what do you think about this show? Are you excited to see more Boba Fett?
Hell yeah, dude. Boba's my guy, dude. Boba Fett was for a long time my favorite Star Wars character. And to like finally get a story of him actually having survived the Sarlacc is amazing, because fucking for years people are like, Boba Fett's so overrated, he fucking died. He didn't fucking do anything in the fucking movies. So it's like, hey, eat a dick.
That feels very personal.
Now we got some fucking real shit going on. If that was you, I'm sorry, don't eat a dick. My apologies.
That was 100%. But I remember us having this conversation.
yeah. So yeah, it's so fucking cool to actually have more Boba Fett. Dude, he was in Mando way more than I thought he was gonna be. So that was more than like exciting for me. And then bam, Book of Boba Fett. I was like, hell yeah, let's do this. So I'm fucking head over heels excited.
I'll keep it quick and simple. Super excited. Anything Star Wars, I'm a sucker for. Bring it on. Take its time. I don't want it to come, because then if it comes, then that means it's going to end soon, and that's always sad. Marco?
Yeah, so definitely hyped. I feel like I was more hyped during the stinger from Mando than watching this trailer. It didn't give me everything that I wanted. That being said, I can't freaking wait. And I think it's going to be a banger of a series.
Hate to hear it.
I'm glad you said that, Marco, because I agree. I don't think the trailer hyped me the way like other trailers have hyped me for other Star Wars things, like Mandalorian or anything. I did like what I saw. I don't know how I feel about him trying to be like a better leader than Jabba. Like they said something in the trailer where it was like, if Jabba was still a leader, he would have executed you on sight or fed you to whatever, and we're gonna hear you out at least. You have a voice here. And I was like, no, fuck that. I want Boba to be worse than Jabba. Like, shoot the motherfucker if he says anything. Like, I want that Boba. So I'm interested to see how this show works out that way. But Dean's right. I was a huge like Boba hater before Mandalorian, and season 2, he's probably like the episodes with him are probably my favorite episodes. So I'm excited in that sense.
I really hope that this show delivers on the premise, because like when the Mando came out, everyone was like, yeah, like we get to see the bounty hunter side of the galaxy, like the Star Wars side, and it's like episode 1, the child, and it like kind of sidetracked that story. And then same with Bad Batch, it was like Spec Ops troops, like it's gonna be awesome to see the shit they're doing, and then it's like found Omega and dealt with that bullshit for like too fucking long.
Bad Batch is the same show as Mandalorian. It's like, we gotta protect this kid.
Yeah, I don't want this to start off with this great premise, and then episode 1, Boba gets like fucking
I found a kid.
I found a baby Rancor.
Way to bring it all down.
Like,
Zach.
I want to see what I want to see. I don't want to see some fucking dumb bullshit.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I feel honestly, Eddie, I feel like this show could get bogged down with that space politics bullshit that took over episode 1, and it's gonna fucking be a drag, and I don't hope it is. But shout out to Tamora Morrison. Man's living his best life in the twilight of his career, dude. He's fucking making bank off this Star Wars shit.
Yeah, I'm just a little worried because nobody ruins a character better than Disney. So,
Jesus,
I'm going in hopeful, but not too hopeful because they like to fuck us.
I was looking. I don't know why I was looking for Cad Bane in this trailer. I know they're not going to show him in the fucking trailer, but I really hope to see Cad Bane.
I fucking hope not, dude. Fuck.
Jesus. I love Cad Bane, man. I'm hoping he's like the secret for this show. You know, they all have a secret. I'm hoping Cad Bane is the secret.
If there's no Max Rebo, we fucking riot. The Morbius trailer connects to the Amazing Spider-Man, MCU, and Venom that dropped today. I think I don't know. I'm not that excited for this one, but check out that trailer on YouTube. We're trying not to play them because we keep getting claimed for playing trailers, and we win all the claims, but it's just a huge fucking hassle to deal with.
They changed the way he looked, I think.
I think from like that old teaser. Trailers. Yeah.
I'm right. Super hyped for this one. It sucks because, you know, with everything that's going on, they keep showing us stuff, and then like we get stuck and it kills the hype. And like this brought back the hype for me because I just love the tone of the movie, and I like vampires and werewolves and shit, so I like that aspect of it. So, and Jared Leto, like, you know, I want him to get his due for some kind of pop culture character. Like, I'm a big believer in that his Joker would have been good if we got more, but he didn't get his day in the sun.
2049.
I said,
yeah, but
pop like Marvel like shit. You know what I mean? Like Marvel shit.
Oh, I liked him in
or
the
DC.
Things. That was a good movie, dude.
Keaton's in this one, no? So.
Yeah, he's a Vulture. They show a little clip of him.
Single Songwriter says, if you love the Mando, you will love the Book of Boba just as much. All I know is we're trying to make a Book of Boba shirt.
Oh, there's no Grogu in this one. So.
Our movie of the week picked by Mario was Logan. In the near future, a weary Logan cares for an ailing Professor X at a remote outpost on the Mexican border. His plan to hide from the outside world gets upended when he meets a young mutant who is very much like him. Logan must now protect the girl and battle the dark forces that want to capture her.
So, The Mandalorian.
God damn it, Dean.
No, The Last of Us.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's this fucking lone wolf and cub. Like, okay, we get it.
Yeah. Outside of that, though,
this movie's garbage. Move on.
This came before Mandalorian.
What is wrong with you?
I love this movie. I think, I don't know, maybe because Dean, you're a little bit older, but like when I was like a kid in elementary school, like the X-Men movies were my jam. And so to see like a nice book, not a nice book in, but a book into those characters, I did enjoy that. I thought the story had some real touching moments, some insane scenes. I did like this movie. I just think that Hugh Jackman, like, I don't think I could ever, like, no matter how good of a performance anyone can turn in, I don't think that I could ever see, like, not in the immediate, like another actor play Wolverine that isn't Hugh Jackman. Like, I don't think it's possible for me. Like, there's been a lot of great actors' names that have been brought out. None of them, I don't think would, in my mind, work so close to, to this movie. And I liked it. Dean, let's hear, obviously I don't think you did like it, but I like this movie a lot. I think it's a great take, and I don't know if it's technically canon in the universe, because I know they kind of changed the end of these characters with Days of Future Past, so I don't, maybe Eddie, you're shaking your head, so maybe you know about it. But...
No, I'm just saying, like, they did. This whole series, they went all over the place.
Yeah, I know. Now it's all Wongos. Dean, you didn't like it. Tell us about it.
Okay, let me preface this, and I've said it before on the show, and everyone was like, what? I fucking hate the X-Men. Never have liked them. I just don't like the X-Men. That being said, this movie is watchable. I did enjoy it. I was just being stupid earlier, but
I was like, how do you not like this movie?
Dude, like you said, Hugh Jackman, dude, fucking amazing. I really like Hugh Jackman. I don't like, and which is crazy because, like I said, this is just The Mandalorian. I get fucking stressed when I have to worry about a different character that the main character is having to worry about. Right? With little fucking Grogu in his little crib, he gets kicked into the water, and you're like, oh my god. Yeah, I almost can't even enjoy the action right now because I'm so worried. And this is like the same thing. A little girl and fucking Hugh Jackman's trying to keep her alive, and I'm like worried about her the whole fucking time. I can't enjoy the movie. That's just me. That's a personal thing. I get it. I'm not saying the movie sucks for everybody because of that. But yeah, the scene in the hotel, fucking epic, dude. Right there in the hotel, and like everything's like
when he's having the seizure.
Yeah. Fucking crazy. Dude, the scene at the end with the doppelganger, I was like, blew my mind. That shit was fucking crazy. The end fight, not very good, honestly, in the forest.
I'll give you that.
It was very boring. There's also like a group of like military dudes with like robot arms, or one of them had a robot arm. But, like, didn't seem to go anywhere. Maybe I missed it. Like, it was just kind of like they were there.
That I don't like either. Because you kind of have to know their background to understand what they're doing. And I don't know the comic background, but they're like the Reavers. They're essentially what happens in every X-Men movie. They're capturing X-Men to test on them and use their powers for other things,
Okay.
Or create.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, what? Okay, like nothing. Again, it almost like made it a point to show you, like, look, they have like robot limbs, and then like nothing happens with them. I was like, okay, all right, that was weird. It's I did like the aspect of him like being ill and like and getting fucking old. That was really interesting because like in every movie he's just fucking OP as shit and like fucks everyone's day up, and in this one he's kind of like needs to take his time. I thought that was a really interesting little twist to the character. Because it was like his like farewell to the Wolverine character, and it was like you said. Now it's weird because it's like, well, is he gonna be fucking Wolverine again? Because I think he said he wanted to, and then now that Fox is bought by Disney, it's like, and then fucking his best friend is Ryan Reynolds, and Deadpool really wants to be. They really want to do a Wolverine Deadpool movie, so it's like, I don't know. Like, I was sad when I was watching this because I was like, well, he's not Wolverine anymore. But now I'm like, well, now it's just sad for no reason.
Yeah.
But no, I enjoyed it. It's watchable. Again, I don't like the X-Men, so it's like I would normally probably never ever watch this movie again and be okay. So
I'm with Zach. I grew up with the X-Men movies. I really love those a lot. That being said, I don't feel like this is the best ending for him, like the best culmination of those movies ending for him or Professor X. I didn't like the way they went out. It is like somewhat emotional having an ending, so you're thinking that when you're watching it, but I don't love it in that way. I never felt what Dean felt about the character here, only because she's such a badass. I don't even think she really needed him that much. So I was like, this girl is fucking shit up. She doesn't need you, man. If anything, like, you're slowing her down. But I did like how he was old and beat to shit, and like, it opens up with him like he's doing this limo thing, and you don't really know like why. He's kind of just doing it for money, and these guys are trying to rob his ass, and he's like, you don't even know who I am, and he kind of like, he gets fucked up, but at the same time he kills them all. So like, I love those scenes in it, and it's pretty gory. That's a cool thing for a Logan movie. Like, we get to see him shred some shit up in this, which is cool. I like Caliban's character. They kind of tease that character in other movies, and they never really go into it. So I kind of like seeing Caliban's character in here. Yeah, It's not my favorite either. I don't mind it, but I don't like love it. Like a lot of people love it. I don't love it. It's good. It's good. It's a good watch if you like X-Men, I guess. That's what I'll say for it.
Not too much meat. Not too much more meat left on the bone here, but
God,
we'll get into some of the.
Not
I got
even
home
the
from
last
work.
person.
There's no meat on the bone. It's adamantium.
Excellent.
I got home from work and rewatched this. I watched this when it first released. So it came out 8.1 out of 10 on IMDb, 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's a pretty good rating. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I'm not too much of an X-Men fan in the sense that like I follow the comics, so I don't really have the comics in the back of my mind and to see how accurate it is. But yeah, the gore level, rated R, like I wasn't expecting that. Sad. I think I the first time I watched it, I know I cried when Professor X died. Oh, spoilers! If no one watched it, you guys didn't watch it, too bad.
God damn it, John.
That was bad. I didn't like to see Professor X go down like that. I didn't think that was cool. And the ending, I loved when X-23 took the cross and changed it to the X on the grave. I thought that was so
Beautiful
cool.
moment.
Yeah, awesome moment. Yeah. Appreciated that. I like the girl who played X-23. I think she did a really good job. Action scenes were great. Yeah, you didn't really have to, like Dean was saying, you didn't really have to worry about her because I think she kicked some ass. Like I think you need to worry more about Logan than you need to worry about her because she was in her prime. But no, I really appreciated the movie. It's a must watch. It might not be 100% comic or have much to do with the comic, but I enjoyed it.
Well, I hadn't seen it, and now John has spoiled the whole thing for me. So that's
how the hell?
It is. No, I'm joking. I'm going to be hyperbolic for a second. To me, like in the top 5 to 10 superhero movies ever made. Like I love this movie. Going back to Eddie and Zach, what you guys said about growing up on the X-Men movies, and even beyond that, on the cartoon show was kind of my first, experience with the whole X-Men and the figures. Those are the first figures I collected. So this is like those are some of my mains. But this movie gives you everything that you want. Kind of the emotional connection to the characters, the quiet moments, the action. I really think it's a terrific movie, and maybe kind of neck and neck, a little bit better than Days of Future Past to me. But those are kind of the 1-2 X-Men movies. But yeah, a really phenomenal movie.
Just something to slip in quickly. I also really do appreciate how they incorporated the comic scene, like the way they had the comic book in the movie.
Yeah.
Just wanted to say that.
That was neat. Eddie, I believe you're out for Movie of the Week. What are you thinking?
So the way I'm picking kind of is I've been listening to these podcasts where they've done interviews with Ron Howard and Quentin Tarantino. Now, Quentin is probably my favorite director of all time, but this guy doesn't like streaming services, so none of his fucking movies are available on anything. So I wanted to pick something of his that I love, but it's not available, so I'm going to go with Ron Howard. And I was thinking, did we ever do Solo as a movie of the week?
I don't remember.
I don't think so, no. So I haven't even watched that one.
Dean, we haven't done Solo, right?
Yeah.
Mute.
Dean, you're muted.
You're on mute, bro.
I don't think we did because it's such a bad movie. We were like, no, it's fine.
I really like Solo, but I was thinking that, or if it's not too early for Christmas, we could do The Grinch. Those are both Ron Howard movies.
It's too early for Christmas.
Okay, then.
Well, my tree's going up tomorrow, so it's never too early.
You're actually putting your tree up tomorrow?
Yeah. Dude, I'm putting that bad boy up.
I might put mine up some point this month too. I don't know about tomorrow, but you know,
November 20.
Well,
Thanksgiving. Like I always thought, like if you did it like right at Thanksgiving, that's fine.
That's nice. Yeah.
There's not enough time.
You're right about
3,
that
4, or
too,
5 days in November. Then
yeah,
I mean, it's not.
You're a festive guy.
Do you put a real one up or is it a fake one?
Oh, we don't. I don't think I think it's pretty hard to get real ones down here.
Is it?
Really?
Oh, okay.
Dude, they're everywhere in Cali.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never known anyone with a real one, so we just have a fake.
They're
one.
annoying as shit.
Pre-lit, baby. Anyway,
so you're going with Solo?
Solo?
Yeah, Solo. I think that's a good one for us. We love Star Wars, and I just want to watch a Ron Howard movie.
Sounds good.
Solo it is, and then I think John, you're next after Eddie, right?
Yeah.
All right. Dean, it's that time of the show where we say thank you to the people that keep the program going.
Yeah, guys, we love you and we appreciate you. And I'm going to say your names just in case you forgot who you are. Sean Fear, Ian Seavey, Renee Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, Lemur Hernandez, King Louie, Mark Pearson, you beautiful bastard, Paul Schreiber, James Colley, Joao Bretta, Equan, Chris Valencerina, Ben Thomas, Sweet Danny Lee, Deanie Martin, Stephen Krett, Big Ol' Fern, King Zach, Caesar Mariquin, Mike Cruz, Lisa Martin Bomonsky, Rick DeGregorio, Alvin Jules, the handsome, the lovable, the grumpy, the everyday collector.
The grumpy.
Ricardo Valdez, every once in a while. Whoa! Jose CZ, Erwin Azucena, the illustrious Rainer, Bo LeBoyd, Jimmy James. We miss this next guy, Mario Cortez. Where is he at? Stephen Percha, Sean Usby, Scott Bradley, Stephen Maria Stanley, Jesse Contreras, Eddie Mizanaris, Joe, Chet Beeks Corbus, Louis Bennett, Kevin Vegar, Chip Perrin, Jimmy Hernandez, and Brenton Palmer. Guys, if you want your name up on this list, go to patreon.com/collectingweekly. You know what to do.
This is a look at our November Patreon benefits. So we're working on our Christmas sticker. I guess we cannot rely on Sticker Mule sometimes to be prompt with the order shipping. So we're just going to do Christmas stickers in November, and that way everyone can have them for December. And we're also doing an OFAC sticker. It's been about a year, so it's time to get another OFAC sticker in the mix with their new artwork design. So stay tuned for that. There's 3 different tiers. The Sweet Angel tier at $5, the Certified Crispy at $15, which is the figure fix assistance and the certificate and all the stickers, and the What a Guy tier at $25, which is the poster, doubles of all the stickers we send, and all the benefits of the previous tiers. And we're also working on custom mugs for the top tier, so they'll look like this with various logos on them. You can kind of pick what you want, and we'll go from there. Taking a look at the network, we have Small Talk, CW Live, OFAC, The Ringcast, In and Outs of Collecting, Live and Let Dice, CW, Live Unboxing, After Dark, and Ox Plays. John, go ahead and read off the socials for us there, please.
Sounds good. Yeah, on Facebook, you guys follow us on our main page, Collecting Weekly, as well as the awesome Collecting Weekly auxiliary page where we post everything from statues, collectibles, everything, our news. That's where you want to be. We post show reminders, and it's just a great place where everybody in the community has a good chat. On Instagram, you can follow our main page as well, Collecting Weekly Clips, where we post all the funny, bloopers and funny moments from all our episodes. Follow the Everyday Collector. Again, that's on Instagram, statues and all updates from the collectible sites and so forth. And of course, In and Outs, where we strictly stick to statues and stuff about the show.
Yep. Also, remember to get your nominations in before December 1st to enter a chance to win a $100 gift card. We also have the Daft Toys Nightmare Coat set that you can win as well. This is a look at our schedule. We have After Dark tomorrow at 10:30, OFAC Thursday at 2:30, and then Friday at 10, In and Outs of Collecting. So it should be a great week for you guys coming up. TeePublic is where you can find our merch. We just added the Dungeons & Dragons stuff a few weeks ago. So if you want anything that's not on there, just let us know. We'll make sure to add it. But it does go on sale pretty regularly, so I recommend buying it when it's on sale. Friends of the show, we have 6 Scale Scavengers, Optical 20, PJ the Paradox Nerd, KG Collector, Boogie Manny, Rogue 16, DCX, Joan from Third Party Reviews, John the Everyday Collector, 6 Scale Man, Just Another Friday Night, Will Fox Vacation, Casual Nerd Problems, 6 Scale Reviews, P-Rockzilla, Cash to Gemini, and we got to add 1/6 Fix to this graphic. But Marco, go ahead and tell us about your show. Tell us about what you guys are doing over there, and we'll pull up your YouTube right now so you can plug what you got going on.
Perfect. Thanks, Zach. And thanks, guys, for having me again. This was a lot of fun. Our channel is 1/6 Fix. Currently, the only content on is a podcast I do with my wife, Gigi, the She Said No podcast, where we kind of talk about my collecting, various hobbies I have, and then how we coexist in life. And, she's not a huge fan of all these expensive hobbies. We're doing a Halloween episode. So a little surprise what we'll be dressing up as. And then the main topic will be about Disneyland, which is kind of a microcosm of our travels. She's always tired, and I've always dragged her along to someplace she doesn't want to be. But we make the most of it, have a good time, and make these trips semi-affordable.
Yeah, that's going to be great. So do you know when that episode's going live?
Yes, aiming to drop it on this Sunday. I think that will be our new schedule, is weekends and on Sundays.
Awesome. We put the link to his show in the comments. If you want to just click over and subscribe to that, would appreciate that. He joined us last After Dark, was a fan favorite. Like half the comments in the video were like, yo, Marco's got to come back. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it for the show. Big shout out to everyone watching in the chat. You guys are angels, every single one of you. And thank you for those that have already nominated. Looks like we got a little over a dozen nominations so far. Do you guys have any shout outs you want to give before we kick this one off?
Yeah, everyone, again, you mentioned the chat and everyone who supports us, watching our videos, comments, so forth, everyone in the Patreon. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for the appreciation and the support.
Absolutely. Shout out Gigi for letting Marco come on and not murdering him for his insolence live on the air. But yeah, anyways, I'm Zach.
I'm Eddie.
You're muted. And I'm Jonathan. And
Butchered that one.
I'm Dean, guys.
And I'm Marco
Bye.
G.
Oh my god, that was we gotta redo that. That was bad.
Okay, let's do
that
it
was a
again.
train wreck.
I'm
Anyways,
back.
I'm Zach.
Okay,
I'm
hold on.
Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Eddie.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Marco G.
Catch you in the next episode.
Bye.